again, because I am Chris Pine in this situation, I think we can all agree I'm Chris Pine.
I've always said you're the female Chris Pine.
I am the female Chris Pine. Everyone knows it.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
I'm recording.
Yay, me too.
Birdie just said, my body hates me. I said, your body doesn't hate you. And then Birdie goes, I think it does. I got my period on Christmas Eve and the day before Disney World and now the day before school starts.
Wow.
Well, and I was like, it's also just like, that's the deal, kid. Them's the breaks.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something weird? I wore, because it was the week I was supposed to get my period, I used a tampon in my wedding, even though my period hadn't started, because I was like, I'm 100% going to get my period and like have a spreading blood spot on the back of my wedding gown. But it turns out it was unnecessary because you know what? I was probably pregnant. Didn't even know it.
Well, you were covering your bases.
I was covering my bases. But 9 months later, after that.
I don't know. It's interesting. I remember this actress that I worked with years ago telling some story about wearing borrowed clothes and bleeding all over the borrowed clothes and all over a rock on a photo shoot. And then another friend of mine, Jenny Mullen, has written, it's a really funny story in one of her books about getting her period on the couch of a producer. And one time there was a yoga teacher, I think I told you this story, who came over to do like a private yoga class with Michelle and me and like left and had fully gotten her period on my sofa.
Oh, no.
And I had to clean it. And it was so weird. Like, how did she not notice? I guess that's I'm not saying I've certainly been surprised by my period once or twice.
Yeah.
But like, I've never been so surprised that I like am gushing blood.
Some people do. You're lucky. You're not a gusher, I guess.
No, I am a gusher. Of course I am. I'm just saying that there's like, it's not 0 to 60. It's like, I know that it's about to happen.
Oh, Busy, let me just tell you, I think that you might be fortunate because some people really do get like the shining elevator doors opening and that's it. And like a total surprise. When I worked in the nursing home, no exaggeration, our charge nurse was sitting, a nurse, like she, you think she's pretty aware of like bodily functions. She was sitting at the desk at the nurse's station and started her period. And like, we noticed it dripping onto the floor from the chair. And we were like,
I'm sorry. How do you not feel it, Caissie? That's fucking nuts.
Sometimes just happens. Sometimes it just happens. People will back me up here. Well, I told you that like I just had like an incident where, I mean, it was in my kitchen, but like my kid saw my adult son saw me, heard blood splattering on the floor from, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right or what your uterus should be doing, but also I'm feeling Birdie on her text. I'm going to say some people just get surprised by it.
Yeah. Well, not your girl. I'm glad 100% moon cycled up. I think I'm the white cycle, right?
Oh,
the red cycle is you bleed on a full moon, you ovulate on a half moon. I mean, an empty moon. What's an empty moon called? Oh my God. A new moon? New moon. It's new moon and full moon.
Okay.
So like I ovulate on a full moon.
Okay.
And I bleed on the new moon. Without question, always.
You're a werewolf.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Caissie!
We have a lot
I
to talk
feel
about.
like it's been 4,000 damn years since we spoke. I don't even know. I'm a different person now. Things have changed. I'm different.
You're changed.
I'm different. I'm a changed human. I feel changed by the events of the past week. It's too much. I can't. There's no way to even go back in time. We can't relive it. We just have to move forward. We just have to move.
We almost recorded an emergency pod yesterday because we were kind of like debating, like, do we need to get on the airwaves?
Well, because here's what I said to Jenny Connor and then repeated myself to you, which is like always my least favorite trait of a person, but something I do almost constantly. Is that like part of me was like, we need to record this in the moment just because gossip once it passes a certain period of time and then it becomes like real or like real stories emerge.
Right.
And then you're like forced to be confronted with the fact that it's real people.
Right.
And et cetera.
Yeah.
Then you're like, it's not fun anymore. It's only fun in the moment when you're like, oh my God, did Harry Styles just spit on Chris Pine?
And then you realize that then like someone tells you that Harry has like a tragic over salivating disorder or something. And you feel like an asshole for wondering, or that Chris Pine hallucinates spit and it's been like a long time problem for him.
I'm going to say Chris Pine is giving us all of it. He was really delivering. The only person who didn't deliver was beautiful, sweet, talented Gemma Chan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody.
I feel like she just was like,
she's smart to lay low.
No shit. No shit.
She's smart.
She's like, but also like, just the whole thing, I was like I was on how many group texts about this shit.
Oh my God.
But like, I was like, when was the last time this happened? Like culturally, I was like, was it Brad and Angelina? But even then, like Twitter and Instagram and social media didn't exist in the same way that it exists now.
Oh my God.
Because then it was just like relegated to just some gossip.
Yeah.
Websites and like People Mag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people were, I remember, like very like scandalized by Brad and Angie and the
Yes. Do you know that that's
dissolving.
Like the one time I can say that I knew about something before like the public?
Yes. We've talked about this, but I'm talking about when they like first got together and he left Jennifer Aniston.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
I know that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm saying this for the people at home listening.
Oh, okay.
In case they don't remember. But I was just like, name another thing like this.
Oh.
That I can't think of anything in recent.
I'm sure there has been.
So I don't know.
But this is like giving birth. You know what I mean? Like you know how your memory is kind of erased after you give birth, and that's what enables you to like consent to getting pregnant again. You know what I mean? Where you're like,
that's what they say.
It was fine. It was fine. That's what I feel like every cascading celebrity gossip story just wipes out all past memory of any other one for me. I'm just in this one right now.
But the thing about this one is that it's so ongoing and that it isn't stopping.
Yeah.
Because there's promotion of a movie to be had.
Yeah.
And so there's just more and more content
and
for consumption.
All eyes, all lenses are pointed at them.
I said to someone else on my chat, on one of my group text threads, I was like, I would watch just a live stream of the entire thing.
Oh my God.
Just a live stream. I would if you just give me the raw footage of like from start to finish of the carpet, everyone's arrivals, them sitting, them all watching the movie, I would watch it.
The panel.
The whole thing.
My favorite, I know people are like enthralled by the spitting or the not spitting.
Oh, the movie quote? The Harry Styles movie quote?
The movie quote and Chris Pine's face, where like, I don't know if what he's doing with his face is any sort of commentary on what Harry Styles is saying about like, what did he say? It's like a movie that's like a real movie and you go see it at the movies.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to need to play it because it is, I really do. I just feel like we owe it to ourselves to hear it together.
Oh
you know what I mean? Just because it's like, it is, there's not ever been a time in my life where I remember, like I listened to that quote so many times. And here's what I'll say. I've been on press junkets. Yeah. This is the part of like the whole thing that as a person inside-ish baseball, like obviously guys, I've certainly never experienced anything like this before. But like, you know, there are a lot of things happening.
Yeah, a lot.
Concurrently, right? Like, first of all, press tours are notoriously garbage. Like, it's just hard to do press in that way.
You're tired.
You're exhausted. First of all, Harry Styles has played like 700 shows back to back, right?
Right.
And then literally had to played a show.
Right.
The next day had to fly to Venice.
Right.
And then like had to sit and answer questions from foreign press, which, by the way, just in my experience with
are
foreign
always
press,
the goofiest questions.
It's the goofiest questions. It's like truly also like sometimes you can't even understand the question. Not in like, it's just like nonsensical. A lot of times they're very much like, they're sexist questions or like
because
just
it's like
inappropriate.
Cultures. Yeah.
And I just feel like, I don't know. So like, I know that side of it. So for Harry to say something so, where the fuck is it?
He's so powerful. He had it scrubbed from the web.
You guys, there's been so many things back and forth. Okay, here we go.
Like a movie.
Wait, hold on.
Go to the theater. You know, my favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie.
Yeah.
It feels like a real
you
know,
go to the theater.
Film movie.
That,
you know, you kind
get
of
your popcorn.
the reason why you go to watch something on the big screen. I think, you know, my favorite thing about
I had just listened to it. It's my ringtone now. It's my ringtone. I really movie.
Listen, that's a fine.
I can't. Now it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep going.
It's a fine answer. It's not deep, but the amount of tiredness that I hear in his voice, it's like that combined with
wait.
whatever was happening with Chris Pine's face.
Also, just I know that. Okay, maybe I'm being too whatever. It doesn't matter, because the whole thing is like been such a wild, incredible. Like it's really brought us together, you know. And like I didn't know that the thing that was gonna make us all reach across the aisles was "Don't Worry, Darling" to grab hands. I don't know if you know this, but Texas just after yesterday, after "Don't Worry, Darling" at Venice, Texas was like, "What are we doing, guys?
We're wasting time when we could be."
Texas, we're overturning these. SB 8's gone. Guys, get abortions when you need them. We're gonna. All of a sudden, people were like, "Let medical professionals make medical decisions." That politicians were changing their stances.
It was that
they were
powerful.
just like
it was that
the world. The moment it healed my world. I'm not kidding you. It really did bring me, because I had been having a moment. I'd been having a moment last week,
Sure.
and then And then the press tour. And as it was, in the lead up to it, everybody was saying this is going to be a real shit show. And I was like, it's not, because it's just everything's boring all the time.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I fucking wrong. But here's what I want to say about the movie quote. Sometimes what happens when you're doing press for something is that you say something one time. And then you're like, in your head, you're like,
that was good.
Okay, I'm just going to remember that because like that, it went over well with this reporter.
Yeah.
And I just am going to say it. I'm just going to keep saying it. And then what happens is that 45 times later that you say it, it sounds like nonsense because it is actually nonsense.
It's like when you're high and you're just like repeating the word omelet and you're like, is that
totally
omelet?
Totally. Omelet? I mean, listen, when I was a little kid, I remember tripping out one day, not high, just like a little kid tripping out about my mom's name, Barbara, and just being like, Barbara. It's a movie, you know. I love it. It feels like a movie. And you just like sit in theater and you get your hot tamales and your Coca-Cola and you popcorn. It's when you go to the movies and then you give them your ticket, and after they take your ticket, you go and you sit down. You know,
they say enjoy
proper,
the movie.
and you proper popcorn, and you're with your pals and your mates, and you know it's like. Sometimes some theaters now have chips. That's what a movie, when you go to the movie. I think we've already missed that, you know. We've missed going to the movies. And it's like a movie. It is an actual movie. It's a real movie. It's coming out in the theaters and everything. That's my favorite part about it, is that it's a movie. Anyway, I love him. I fucking love him. I have such a sympathy. On Cougar Town, this is what I was going to say. I don't want to put anyone on blast. On Cougar Town, one of the other actors who I love deeply, dearly, and we are still close friends and we text a lot. I remember we were paired together for a lot of press at one point, and we were actually, you can just figure this out. Whatever. It's Josh Hopkins. We were in Europe together.
We love you, Josh Hopkins.
I love him so much. We were in Europe doing press together. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like actually the closest I can. And by the way, we were fucking tired. We were like partying at night. We were super jet lagged. And we sat together for like 10 hours and answered questions from foreign press about Cougar Town. And I remember at one point, it was so exactly the same thing to me that I immediately recognized it. And I was like, oof, that sucks. Like, I hate that.
Yeah.
But again, because I am Chris Pine in this situation, I think we can all agree I'm Chris Pine.
I've always said you're the female Chris Pine.
I am the female Chris Pine. Everyone knows it. Some of you might have been like, you're Nick Kroll. I'm not fucking Nick Kroll. Not a goddamn chance. No. I am Chris Pine, motherfuckers. Anyway, listen. So Josh Hopkins said a thing about Courtney Cox, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to say exactly what it is.
Okay.
He was like, what's so incredible about working with her is that she's really like a comedy stealth ninja. You don't see it coming sometimes, and then it just like gets you. When I tell you I heard him say that 4,000 times, like about how and every time was like, it was as if the thought just occurred to him. And I'm like, you're a great fucking actor. You're like actually a genius, because like it was always like a variation on the comedy ninja quote. At one point, I'm not even kidding you, in later years, I was really tired and I think I said it. I think I just took it and was like, like a comedy ninja. Like I couldn't even but I remember it so clearly, and that Harry quote and Chris Pine's expression, like all together, is a perfect actor soup. Like if you're an actor, you know, and you've done international press, and you've been like, I've never been on like obviously a huge international movie tour like that, but I would imagine that I wouldn't do great.
Well, you do as well as Chris Pine's doing, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know. I would be. Also, here's another reason why I'm the female Chris Pine. No poker face.
No poker
Have I
face.
ever had a fucking poker face?
No, and I
Ever.
don't either. And I think we just solved the mystery of why our meetings don't always go so well.
People are like, wow, they really did not want to be talking to us. Meanwhile, we leave and we're like, ugh, those people sucked. Why don't they want us? It's ridiculous.
That's the story of my life, wishing people that I hate would like me.
Oh my God, please join the fucking club.
Why doesn't that person that I detest love me?
Yeah, I mean, that's what is that? Oh, I mean, probably our parents. But anyway, like, oh my God. I don't know. I'm just like every minute I'm refreshing.
Yeah.
I also like Chrissy Teigen's on vacation, and I love that like she was trying to not engage at first. She was like, like I'm on vacation. You could just feel it.
I'm growing
like,
a child inside me.
You could feel it. And then all of a sudden she was just like, well, fuck it. All right. I gotta get in. I can't not.
Oh my gosh. I tweeted, if we're repeating things that we said, that Chris Evans was comfortably my number one Chris in the Battle of the Chris's. And that's because he's from Massachusetts. I think he's really charming and gracious and lovely. And he plays the piano. And one time he played Purple Rain on the piano and everyone lost their fucking mind. And I like that guy. I like his brother. But this Chris Pine situation, he's coming for Chris Evans' crown as awarded by me.
Listen, I'm Pine all the way.
I will also say that I have said this in the past prior to all of this. I think I've only said this to my family, but hopefully they'll back me up. I find Chris Pine to have a lot of similar energy to
me.
To you, but also to one of my favorite actors of all time, Jimmy Stewart. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like he has like Jimmy Stewart energy, which is weird because like he doesn't look like, I don't know what it is, but he gives me like Jimmy Stewart vibes sometimes where I'm like, oh my God, this guy totally knows what he's doing and he knows how hilarious he is. And he also doesn't give a shit about any of it.
Well, the hair would certainly...
The hair.
Make us realize that he doesn't give a shit about any of it.
The hair is a moment. I feel like, is that like
that
don't care hair? Or do you think
I don't
that's
think he has it for a role. I think
that's his
hair.
Think
he's into it.
Yeah. And he's like showing his ankles and like
into it.
And the hem of his pants are, I don't know who dressed him for this, but like the hem of his pants is at the exact, that's why I think it's like effort. It's because, I don't know if maybe people don't know this. I only learned it recently that if you're trying to like flatter your body, the hem of your pants should hit at the narrowest point of your legs if you're going for like a cropped look.
Ma'am.
I don't know. Do people not?
What?
Same for your sleeves. Like
you didn't know that?
I never knew. I mean, I don't have like professional people dressing me, so this is just something that I learned. I know, but
I read like 17 magazines.
Listen, I've just recently learned a lot of things about hems because I learned that I wear petite pants, which I haven't known for my whole life. So I just found this out like in the past couple of weeks, and it's like really rocked my world. But changing up the game. But anyway, I'm going to say as like a newly minted hem expert, his hem is in the perfect place to get you to pay attention to those. There's no fun word for ankles, I don't think. Like legs are like pins or stems or gams or whatever, but there's no fun word for ankles, I don't think. Is there?
No.
We got to think of one, I guess. I don't know.
I was trying to think of one.
For those uncles. We call him uncles because he's a 30-plus-year-old king.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm saying like maybe he's like a hot uncle. He's not like a daddy. He's like an uncle. So we call his ankles uncles. I don't know. I'm trying. It's very hot here.
All right. Yeah. No, I know. You're wearing a beanie. Again, I don't understand the fashion choices happening over there. I cannot though, like just all of it. All of it. All of it.
Well, let's get to the most important question. Do you think Harry spit on him?
100%. And yes, I do.
Okay.
And do you want to know what else I think?
What?
I think that Harry wasn't maybe aware that he was like being filmed, and it's like a bit that the two of them would do to each other, like while they were filming,
like gleek on each other, like high school boys.
Yeah, they totally strike me as high school boy energy together, the two of them.
All right,
and because Pine's reaction to me is like such a classic bro reaction to another bro. Like,
yeah, like got me.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you so fucking bad,
like
dude.
It's like the liquid version of a ball tap that guys like to do.
Right. Or it was so funny because I was texting with Amanda, the not skinny but not fat girl that is friends. I was like DMing with her.
Yeah.
Like, you know, guys, this has been all the talk of everybody.
Yeah.
And she did stories that were like, there was a TV show and it was How I Met Your Mother, and it was like the slap. Like that was like the ongoing thing. But like that exists because bros do that weird, dumb shit. And I've certainly been on set with like dudes who like have had some weird game that they play back and forth on set all the time.
Fully. I've participated in an effort to fit in and get ahead.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So
in the
I
iced
feel
coffee
like
slap, the one show that I worked on, it was common to slap someone's brand new iced coffee out of their hand.
Well, that's unacceptable.
And
that's
then
mean.
Give them money to go buy a new one.
Rude. I don't want the money. I want the fucking iced coffee that's on the ground.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, it did have like a big payoff in terms of the person's reaction. Like their face was always, I know this is like wasteful.
But then also like that makes a mess.
It does make a mess. And
I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it.
It wasn't the best.
That's
but I'm
not
just
the
saying,
game for me.
That was a big bro game on a show that I
also, by the way, if you see me, don't fucking spit on me. How about that? I'm not interested in that fucking game.
Not interested in that bit in COVID era.
I'm just like, I mean, it looks, to me, that's what it looks like. Another hot take that I saw someone tweet was that in the middle of clapping, Chris Pine was like, wait, where did I put my fucking sunglasses? And then he finds them in his lap.
Right.
And he looks so pleased.
And it just coincided with Harry pursing his lips over Chris Pine.
It does look like something flies out of his mouth now. Doesn't it?
I watched, I'm so suggestible because I watched one where this person is like, this video is evidence that nothing ever came out of Harry's mouth. And I was like, yep, that nothing did. And then I watched another video that was like, this video is evidence that something very tiny came out of Harry's mouth. And I was like, oh, that could be. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like a dare. Like,
I don't think it was like a dare. Like, I think it was literally, I don't think there's a feud between the two of them. I don't think there's anything weird. I think he like was fucking with him. And also, by the way, I don't think that Olivia and Harry broke up. And I don't think they were like mad at each other.
Yeah, people are
Some
saying
people
that,
have said that. Like, I think they made a very interesting choice,
a strategic
in how to
choice.
Well, but it's so dumb.
To sit
like it's
apart.
but it's like more distracting.
Yeah.
Like no one in their teams thought about, or maybe they did, and they were just like, this, it will just be better.
It's a
but
team.
Obviously,
it's not a date.
Right. Like, no, but obviously it's like, no, I said their teams, like all
no,
their
I know. I'm
publicity
saying like
teams
their teams were like, let's present ourselves as a team and not like it's a romantic date between Harry and Olivia.
Or coworkers.
Yeah.
They're like, let's present it like coworkers, not that Olivia and Harry are together. In the press junket thing, it makes sense because that they wouldn't be sitting next to each other because she's the director. And then like they really always do have like a very specific way that they want you to sit. Yeah. Like in terms of like the size of your role.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes, that does.
I don't know.
Sense. Yeah.
But anyway, but at the premiere and the fact that they didn't, I don't know. It to me felt like an eye roll that they wouldn't even make eye contact.
Right.
Like that to me, I was like, guys, you don't have to like make out on the red carpet, but like
you can
don't be
chill.
weird.
You can be
like let's
normal.
Yes. Why are you making this weird?
As my kids say, just act natural.
Try to fucking act natural, guys. Like, obviously no one had an okay time, no one on that entire, except for Gemma Chan, the only winner as far as I'm concerned. The award goes to Gemma Chan for just like truly doing nothing.
Yeah.
Which was like a feat.
Yeah.
Because even people who didn't want to do stuff, obviously Chris Pine ended up really doing something.
Really, yeah, like giving us so much fodder. And then I thought it was interesting. I mean, our friend Nick Kroll, who is like a big movie star now, he almost, in my opinion,
take it down a notch, Caissie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be real.
I'm not movie star.
Fine.
And Bonobo's spokesperson, Bonobo's.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was like, straight from the Venice Film Festival to Caissie's inbox this
selling
morning.
Bonobo's fashionable pants for men. I'm a fan.
Listen,
my husband's a fan.
Listen, I'm nothing against Nick. It's a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like,
a movie.
People, you could be in a movie. It's like,
but he almost was like the conduit between because like he got to kiss Harry on the lips, the spitty lips. And then he was also he was also cheering on Miss Flo. So it was like he was like the conduit for energy between Harry and Florence Pugh that they weren't like making directly.
Wait, you think that? Are you implying that they're in love?
No.
And
I'm just saying,
through
like,
Nick Kroll.
They didn't interact.
That's what it sounds
They
like.
didn't interact at all.
They didn't interact either.
Harry and Florence,
Flo?
I don't think really interacted at all.
Okay.
But they both interacted with Nick, and so
Right,
that's
but
how
Nick's
you're like,
like,
we're all
that's-
cool.
Right, but this is why I was going to say, this is why you might think I would be the Nick Kroll, because I would be like the one that's like everyone is still cool with, except no, I pick a side, guys.
I've seen
I
you
do pick a
power
side.
down at a party and just be like, I'm not entertaining this anymore. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I am truly Pine. I'm truly Chris Pine, and like just oh my god. Oh my God.
it's been so
I'm
fun.
sort
And the
of just
pictures
like-
of Chris Pine taking pictures of Florence.
Well,
on
that
the red
was
carpet.
that was
delightful.
That was very cute.
That
very
was
cute.
delightful.
But Kroll, like, can provide that thing. Like, he can be like, I'm chill with everyone.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I think that I think it seemed to me, I know Flo a little bit. I've met her a couple times,
Yeah.
and she's so sweet. And it seemed to me that she was just like, okay, you're going to be my friend tonight.
Right. Sure.
Because this is real awkward for me.
Yeah. And I mean,
kind
I
of-
shout out to Nick Kroll because, I have worked with him in the past. I love that guy. He's a super team player and super supportive of everyone, as long as I've known him, which has been for years, he's super supportive of everyone trying to do their best thing. Even when he's in like a supporting role in this movie. So that's what I saw. And I also think that I don't want to say this, it's going to sound weird, but he's great with women, like in an industry where I think that sometimes as a woman, you can feel it that like that person is like being friendly or genial with you, but they don't really respect you. I never felt that from him. I felt like
I would agree with that.
I always got a great deal of respect from him in any situation, even when I was telling him like news that he probably would rather not have heard at that moment. He was always wonderful with me. So that's what, I was overlaying my own personal experience with him onto the situation that I was watching, but I think he's a gem.
I mean, for sure. We're all friends. I'm just saying, I think that he definitely provided a safe space.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too. Which is, I think it's great. I think that's, and now if you want to support him, buy Bonobo's pants. They're not a sponsor of this show, but they are sponsoring Nick Kroll. They're supplementing his acting career. I just thought it was so funny that we were talking about the whole situation. And then this morning I opened my inbox and I had an advertisement that was like Nick Kroll for Bonobo's pants. They are good pants. They're very, a man looks good in Bonobo's pants.
Listen,
I think. I can't attest to the hem length.
see, it's just like the internet is such garbage, but it's all brought us together, and I love it. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's so funny. Listen, we all have our own unique perspectives.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And especially like weirdly you and I and people that I was texting like have like insider info, like no shit about everyone involved basically.
Well, my friend just texted me that when she worked on Saturday Night Live when Chris Pine was a host and that he was an absolute gem, that he prepared like nobody's business when he came and he was so funny and he was so down for making fun of himself, and that in her time there at SNL, he was one of her favorites.
Fantastic.
And this is a person that would have told me like the DIRT if there was any to tell. So
yeah, listen.
passing along that insider info about Chris Pine.
I love it. I love a Chris Pine insider info. I feel like, listen, I probably will. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to host SNL, but I feel like maybe I could be the Chris Pine of SNL. I don't know what's happening over here. I'm sorry.
Oh, maybe.
My head hurts so bad.
Because of the crazy weather.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Also, although, you know, I do drink a lot, so.
Because of the weather.
I mean, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what I really want to do, Case?
What do you want to do?
I just want to thrive. I want to thrive. I want to thrive. And I want to thrive wearing makeup, beauty, skincare products that are clean, that make my skin look as gorgeous as it does right now. With no parabens or sulfates or phthalates.
I have good news for you.
Yeah, tell me, what's the news? What's the news?
We can get all of those things with Thrive Cosmetics.
Okay. I'm listening. No, I'm kidding. Guys, we love it. They sent us a Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. I love it. Also, if you saw my eye makeup extravaganza the other night that I posted with Birdie, it's very like incredible.
Yeah, it's like pow, like eyelashes, like pow. You know why I love it is because under my eyes is very oily, and mascara always transfers, you know, so I look like a little Liza Minnelli, a little, you know, Raggedy Ann. But this mascara is a tubing formula, which never transfers onto my little oily cheeks.
That's right. A tubing mascara is everything as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, we really like this company, guys. Thrive Cosmetics. It's like for every purchased product, Thrive Cosmetics donates to help communities thrive. They have over 300 giving partners across the country supporting numerous causes, which is amazing.
Yeah, for example, in honor of the life and legacy of Breonna Taylor, Thrive Cosmetics just announced a $100,000 donation to the University of Louisville Breonna Taylor Memorial Scholarship Fund in nursing. And congratulations to Kaylin, who was the recipient. She is going to work in the area of pediatric care when she graduates. So that's a really cool thing that Thrive Cosmetics is doing.
It's amazing. People love the Brilliant Eye Brightener, and there's this liquid lip balm treatment that we got to that it's like a leave-on lip serum, and it makes your lips look beautiful and
soft
plumps
and beautiful,
plumps and smooths and fine, getting rid of fine lines and all that. Why don't you try it out? I think it's a great time right now. And you know why else it's a great time for you to try Thrive Cosmetics? Because right now you can get 15% off your first order when you visit thrivecosmetics.com/best. That's Thrive Cosmetics. And okay, THRIVE, but it's cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS. Get it?
Yes.
Because they give to causes. Yeah. Cosmetics. Okay. Cosmetics.com/best for 15% off your first order. Try the Liquid Lash Extensions mascara, guys. It has more than 20,000 five-star reviews. And that, if you've never tried tubing mascara, I think this is the best one. David Sidoni, he knows his homes.
That's a really good. That's like sometimes we jokingly, joshingly make a jingle, but I feel like that was a really good one.
David Sidoni, he knows his homes. Guys, nailed it. I'm full of good ideas today. Here's what I'm hearing, though. I literally was on the phone earlier with someone who was like, inflation and rent and the and the housing market and blee, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, have you listened to the How to Buy a Home podcast with David Sidoni? Because I feel like it's going to chill you out and you're in your car a lot. And I think you should just listen to it.
Yeah.
Because it's the time to start planning. David Sidoni is an industry expert. He lays out what to expect from the housing market right this second and how you can best take advantage of it. He has years of experience. He's really delightful to listen to.
Yeah.
As the daughter of a realtor, I appreciate everything that he brings to the table.
He's a good egg and he's real smart. He can guide you through the steps that are right for you, whether you want to buy a home or whether you're just hoping to buy a home in the future.
Also, he just released a first-time home buyer starter kit at howtobuyahome.com, which is a free resource with all the knowledge you need to buy your first home. Thousands of people have already taken advantage of the starter kit. It can help you too. I think you should start planning for the coming recession, if there is one, at howtobuyahome.com and make this year the last year that you rent. Find How to Buy a Home on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. Jenny Mullen has this whole new theory about me, about what's wrong with me.
Oh, God. What is it?
Well, she thinks that my hand numbness and stuff isn't related to carpal tunnel, but rather is related somehow to my thyroid.
Okay.
And she said, and no one will diagnose it, but she knows that's what it is.
Oh my God.
And then she sent me this like grounding mat. Do you know what those are?
No.
I don't either, really. But you put it like under your feet and it's supposed to ground you. It's like a thing.
Okay.
It's a movement. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
To help eliminate pain and inflammation. Maybe I'll send you one.
It can't hurt to try.
It can't hurt to try. Also, it's not like exorbitantly expensive.
Oh, that's good.
So
I have you ever used those spiky mats? Like the little plastic spikes?
I really enjoy those. Yeah.
I sent one to Eric Gurian because he always was complaining about his back hurting. Speaking of people's sofas where I've gotten my period. But I sent him one of those spiky mats and he told me that he tried it for 10 minutes and threw it in the garbage because it was the most painful thing he ever had felt in his life. So as long as it doesn't hurt, that was one case where it did hurt him to try, but he survived it. But this sounds like it can't hurt to try.
No, I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I also have that. I should get that ice pack for my head.
Oh, yeah.
That migraine ice pack thing you're supposed to like wrap on your head.
Yeah. Do that.
Is that weird while I'm doing this?
Or put a beanie with some ice cubes in it. You'll electrocute yourself.
You're wearing a beanie.
Because I'm
not going to electrocute myself. What are you talking about?
My roots really need to be done, and they like need to be done by a professional. Usually I handle it by myself, but it's just like I have to wheel and deal and get an appointment to get these roots done because
Can I tell you something?
what?
My roots are very bad too. And I wish it were easier to get your hair done.
This is what I'm saying. You have to it's a lot harder, I feel like, than it used to be. And so I really have to try to cajole someone into doing my roots. I feel like it's trying to, you know how when you're trying to get a new doctor sometimes and they're like, we're not taking new patients. That's what I feel like hairstyling is now in my world.
God. Why don't you create the ZocDoc but for beauty people? I'm not kidding.
Yes.
I'm not fucking kidding.
Yes.
Does that exist?
No, probably not. But I think that's a genius.
Again, here we go. More ideas I'm never gonna follow through on. More ideas of things that could be really great. Everyone's excited about our camp. Is it ever gonna happen? No, it's not.
I disagree. I think the camp's happening.
All right. Actually, guess what?
What?
Constance Zimmer sent me this fucking thing that exists on Governor's Island here in New York.
Okay, I've been there.
And it's like a glamping whole thing.
Yeah.
There now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, yeah. I mean,
that was.
Totally makes sense. Here's what I think. I think camp is going to happen. I think we just have to accept that it's not going to happen next week.
All right. Listen. How do we get on this? What are we calling it? I think this is a winning idea because you know why?
Why?
Because it's a really good idea. But also I just opened my email and the first thing was, can anyone recommend a good tailor? Which also would fall into this beauty app,
Yes.
like a ZocDoc, but it's not ZocDoc. Okay, so what it's like Beauty Biz. I'm sure that exists.
Beauty
I'm sure that
Biz
exists.
or Ack Help, I Look Bad, like Kathy cartoon vibes, or
I think Ack Help, I Look Bad is not what we're going for. That's what I'm going to say. I don't think that speaks to the mission.
I like a rhymey or like a punny name, but I also like a very straightforward
It just has to be an app. Beauty to go. Beauty to go.
Yeah.
Beauty to go. You just want somebody to type in. They're like, I need
I need a facial.
Hair, makeup, wardrobe.
Yeah.
Face, whatever.
Yeah.
If I were Gwyneth Paltrow, I would definitely invest.
Maybe that's what it's called, MUA, because whenever people put makeup artist, wardrobe, MUA.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
And it's like moi,
Yeah, moi. Oh my God, we did it. You guys, we fucking did it. Guys, I swear to God, if one of you motherfuckers steals this Mr. Nightgown, I'm looking at you.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, there we go. It's perfect. And I could be using it right now to get someone to do an emergency.
Well, another friend of mine
job
in Los Angeles reached out to me because she's like, I really need to do hair and makeup for this fancy wedding I'm going to.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I want someone recommended and good.
Yeah.
But not so expensive. And I was like, I don't have that recommendation for you.
Right.
But there has to be, you can certainly go to those places, but even in, in all cities, you can go to different makeup counters and there are different makeup artists that work there.
Right.
You can book for events and things, right?
Right.
And then they have those I know they have dry bars kind of everywhere, but there are different people at dry bar. You want something good.
Right.
Well, you got to get the reviews in.
We used to take Eli to, both boys, to a chain hair cutter because they're little boys, with goofy hair. And so, you don't want to spend too much money on it. And we always went to this, I won't name the place because I've been naming company names all morning. So, but we took him to this place where this woman was always there and she always cut their hair and it was so great. And then one day she wasn't there and it was a different person. And I said to Eli, like, are you okay with this person cutting your hair? And he was like, yeah. And the person like straight up scarred him. Like he still has a 4-inch scar on the back of his neck because of what someone did with like a pair of clippers to him. So you just don't know always what you're going to get in a chain establishment.
Well, anywhere.
Yeah. So there should be a way that you can just, read recommendations all in one place, book through the app, one-stop shopping, get your pants tailored, get your roots done. This is a great idea. This is $1 million idea.
This is a fucking $1 million idea. Or do we want to even put it on this podcast? I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody listening will steal it, I don't think.
I'm not sure about that. I'm like actually genuinely not sure about that. I think that this is it, man. This is the one.
If anyone's an app developer and you want to reach out to us and let us know about the feasibility of this project,
let's
who
do
knows?
It. It's just a list.
Yeah.
It's a compilation of its lists.
Yeah.
It's a list app.
Yeah.
But like with ZocDoc, they go out to people, right? Or do people come to them to...
Yeah, I think so. I think both. And then you can like book through there, which is super convenient.
Well, that's what we got to do. We got to do that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we did it. It's been great knowing you all. I love you so much.
But you're going to be busy with this app.
Oh, I'm done. Yeah, I'm checked out. As soon as this app goes live, I will see you on the flip.
You'll maybe do some lives from your island, from an island.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking about my purchase island. Okay. I almost texted you and then I was like, I'm just going to fucking wait. Like, it's fine. I had a real melty the other day.
Oh, no.
And I almost posted something and then I didn't do it. And I want to run it by you guys because you're my friends and you like me. So I feel like you'll really give me the
advice, whether or not to post it.
I mean, I think it's done. The moment's done. You know what I mean? It probably only would have worked in the moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but I just had and look, by the way, had I known the Harry, Olivia, Chris Pine, all of that coming down the pike.
Yeah.
I would have just posted it because who fucking cares, No
one would have noticed.
Because would have been erased, basically. I mean, I wish Mark and I had announced our divorce. I'm bummed that I already did it.
Yeah.
So that I mean, should I talk it? Am I announcing that I'm, pregnant with? No, I'm not. You guys not happening.
You're pregnant with bad calamari. That's it.
Always. Okay. I actually did have really bad IBS last night.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you say yeah?
I thought you mentioned it to me that you had a stomach ache.
No, my head hurts.
I had a stomach ache.
Did you give me a stomach ache yesterday?
No, maybe I had a sympathetic stomach ache for you and I didn't even know.
I was full IBS vibes yesterday and it sucked. Sometimes I go through, periods of time where it's gone. And especially if I'm I know what will trigger it. So I can stay away from those things enough. And then if I splurge and have some, I don't know if those bread people are advertising today on our podcast, but that bread does not make my stomach hurt.
I know.
It's really good.
Same.
Birdie and I the other night baked, not the night of the IBS, that was last night. A couple of nights ago, baked one of those loaves.
Yeah.
And I ate it with just cream cheese. Oh my God. I put cream cheese and
so good.
This strawberry jam on it. you guys, I don't know why I'm whispering, but it was literally the best thing I've ever eaten.
Shout out to Wild Grain. It doesn't matter whether or not they're advertising on that. We actually legitimately love them so much that
that was just that was a natural ad.
I'm happy to shout them out.
I am too. You know what, guys? I'll say this. Anytime one of those brands comes up naturally, I'm not even going to say, I fucking love all the people that have advertised with us. I have another question about advertising too, but that I have to talk to you about, but I don't think I can do that on the podcast. I
we'll
think I
take
need
it
to talk
offline.
It's I have a moral quandary.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's hard, guys. See, this is where you get into trouble when you were terrible with money and now need a lot. Okay. I'm looking for a lighter because I want to light my Oprah candle while we're discussing this.
Oh, this makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
you
she would
light
really,
it.
I know. Wait, hold on. I know I had because the brand Bic lighters, not Spawn, sent me a bunch of lighters. Hold on. What I really hope is that in my pulling this up and reading it, I don't somehow accidentally post it, because that does actually feel like something I would do. A total Chris Pine move, am I right?
Well, Chris Evans posted those pics of his penis that time.
Oh my God, that's right.
And he really handled it well.
Oh, he did. He was so cute about it. Oh, he's the best, Chris. No, wait. Pine. They're both fantastic.
Here's what I think they'd be good friends. So, while you're lighting your candle, I think they would be very jovial about jockeying for the 1 and 2 position in the battle of Chris's. So
don't you think that they do joke about it? I'm sure they're friends. I'm sure
they
might
friends.
Be.
I don't know. I've never seen them together. I mean, because I know that I would remember what that felt like to see them together.
I ate dinner literally directly next to Chris Pine once.
Oh my God.
Well, it was really weird. It was one of those Silver Lake restaurants that's communal table vibes.
Yeah.
And he was with a party, and then we were sat, but because of the tape, we were
there were
literally
2 more seats.
Yeah, it was we were sat with them. It was so bizarre. But also kind of fun for me.
Like Benihana.
Oh, I love a Benihana.
Me too.
I do enjoy sometimes eating with strangers in that way.
Yeah.
If they're open to being cool. Sometimes people are also that's kind of fun though too.
Yeah, on a cruise when you just become,
I don't know about
that. Sometimes on a cruise you get assigned to we're still friends with these people that we met 10 years ago at our cruise dinner table.
Oh, right. I think because when we went with my parents and everybody, we
filled the
were
whole
big
table.
enough.
Yeah,
we filled the whole table. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't follow the internet gossip blind item trust fund girl.
Right. Yes.
Well, I just don't follow it because it's not for her. It's not for me.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel really bad.
Yeah.
For everyone involved, you know?
Yes.
And so, anyway, I posted this picture of myself the other day.
Yeah.
That I liked. I thought it looked pretty. And then, I posted that woman was like, "Are you Lauren? Wait, Lauren? Oh, sorry. I thought you were Lauren."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh no, I'm flattered though." So then someone that I know, and probably a few of you, but I don't check my DMs that frequently in Instagram, sent me a thing from that website that was spotted, and it was a picture of me taking that picture. The selfie.
Okay.
And it said Busy Phillips taking a selfie in the middle of the street in the Village right now. Honestly, iconic. Anon. And I was at first unbothered. And then I wrote that I was going to post that screenshot of the thing with okay, this was my caption. Guys, is this going to be good content? I don't know. I've never done this before. Reading you a draft of a thing that I didn't post because I thought better of it. And I just want to get your hot takes. Okay. Plot twist. That lady knew I wasn't Lauren. She just wanted to make sure it was me before reporting it to some Instagram gossip site bullshit. big thanks to those who sent this to me with a face that's like that straight
Yes.
face,
non-smiling, smiley face.
Right. Because guys, it's like, this is a sidebar to my Instagram post because it's like not the best to just like text someone a blind item about themselves.
Right.
Like it's much cooler. Like if you need to, if I were in that thing and somebody brought it to your attention, Caissie, and you're like, oh, and it was not this, for instance, maybe it was something else. And maybe you'd be like, oh, that feels like something that Busy should know, like is out there.
Right.
And I would hope there's like a call and just like a, hey girl, hey, I just wanted to check in because this thing is on one of those gossip sites. I just want to make sure you know.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Am I being too much of a baby about this?
No, I mean, I think it's like
it's sensitive.
Yeah, it is. It's just a little like this is a question that I'm constantly asking myself because of because it's just a weird situation. Like we're in a weird situation here. You know what I mean? Where you're like the type of person that would get on that website sometimes or get like in a magazine sometimes or whatever. And then I have like this proximity to you. But what I'm always asking myself, because I've been in proximity to people for a long time, what I'm always asking myself is like, how are they supposed to react to this? And also, what is the person telling them, hoping to get for a reaction? Like, even sometimes when you're trying to be helpful or whatever, or I don't know, even just let someone know as soon as possible that you saw something and you're like coming from a good place, you also have to remember that you're like, kind of like kicking a person, sometimes it can be that, or like just whatever. Like,
but no matter what, it's always like, it's difficult. It's like I totally feel it because I've had it with other friends, obviously. Yeah.
And it's better to just hear it from someone that like knows how to say it to you.
Well, or someone who the truth is, all actors like we have people who we pay.
Right.
Their jobs are to make sure that the gossip that's about us out there isn't that we're like spitting on people at movie premieres, But yeah, I mean, so anyway, that's why I just put in that like thanks to the person who sent this to me with the face. Yeah. Because I'm just like, don't fucking send me that shit. I don't want to see it.
You don't need to see it.
You know what? By the way, I did used to look at that site a little bit, but it is a thing that makes me feel really bad and like enrages me. And in this world at this time, I need to add to my anger at the world in which we are currently living in? No, I don't need to. Not for this. Not for fucking dumb gossip shit.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, brings me to this real conundrum about how much enjoyment I've been getting out of the Venice Film Festival.
Because I feel
Don't worry, darling thing. I know.
It's low stakes. There's no, like what we know about it right now, it's low stakes. It's theater. It's entertaining. It's like we're analyzing body language and all kinds of like nuances and bullshit. And like we kind of know one person who's like in close proximity to it. So it's kind of fun and like the ankles are showing and the balayage is great on Chris Pine, as Ashley Nicole Black pointed out.
So good.
My friend Hillary said that like Chris Evans is like Paul Newman and Chris Pine is like Robert Redford, which totally makes sense to me.
Oh my God. It makes so much sense. And you know what? You know what? I'd fuck either one.
Exactly. Not to keep dragging Chris Evans. He has nothing to do with it other than being a Chris, the front runner Chris for me. But
and hot.
Yeah, and hot and like and lovely. And
he's like the New Englander, right?
Yes.
That's why you
That's
like
why,
him.
yeah. See,
he's like the football star of the star of the football team.
Exactly. He gets a pass from me.
Boston. Okay.
But I think we've all needed a huge infusion of low stakes gossip, and this Venice Film Festival has given us a helping of it, and I'm okay with it. And
not just that. I mean, the Brendan Fraser comeback has been like
I love
lighting
that
our
guy
hearts
so much.
up.
And like, even though I disagree with wearing fat suits in movies, I don't think it's the best thing. I love that guy, and I think he deserves to be applauded for. I think he deserves standing ovations that are 15 minutes long.
Here's what I have a question, like for real.
Yeah.
A question. Now, I haven't seen the movie and I never saw the play, so I don't know the point.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know
Yeah.
what it's saying, like what it's all about.
Yeah.
But like because it stems from a play, I can only assume it's like fucking metaphorical, right?
I'm sure.
Right. The weight. I mean, the 600 pounds.
Existential.
And it's existential. It feels like very playwrighty,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
But he's like described as being like a person who is homebound, who, you know, because of his weight, right?
Right.
Brendan Fraser is not a small person.
Yeah,
in
he's
fact,
not.
like he's
been
so,
bigger.
like,
yeah.
right. Yes. I mean, in a non-derogatory way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like, isn't that?
Yeah.
You guys, I'm trying to get the whatchamacallit? The words right.
The words right.
You know,
yeah. Like
no,
that's
but like
not
people,
an insult.
It's
Yeah.
not an insult. And
Right.
it is like, and in the body pause movement, from my understanding, like being, that's like a thing. You're like, I am a fat, you know, like I am a fat actor or I'm a fat actress, right? Like, am I wrong?
No, I think that's right. And so he was probably the best choice to play it.
No, wait, but I didn't get to my question.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, I got sidebarred
okay.
because I was like,
Yeah.
wanted to make
Say the
sure that I
words
wasn't
right.
being offensive in any way, shape, or form because I don't want to be. That is not my intention or harmful. But so in this case, I agree, like fat suits, generally speaking, are sort of abhorrent for a myriad of reasons. But in this case, don't you think it makes sense? Because he's supposed to be like, there's no way that a person could even appear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also I think that in this case, well, you know, we always talk about separating the artist from the art and how like some people believe that if you're not down with an artist, sometimes you can still enjoy their art. For me, that's hard. But in this case, I would like to separate the artist from the fat suit because I think like it's also very clear that like he's not wearing a fat suit to be the butt of some joke in some like comedy movie either, you know, that it is like very playwrighty. And
it's like a part of
yes
who the person is, and
yes.
without it doesn't make sense.
Yes. And I also think from what I know about the movie, knowing what I know about Brendan Fraser and what he's been through in his career, I think that he probably was like a genius choice for this. And so I probably will see it. Whereas usually if something has a fat
Guys,
suit
it's
in
no
it, I'm
shallow
out.
Hal.
Yeah,
it's no
not
shallow
Hal. It's not Renee Zellweger in a fat suit playing a murderer. Whatever the fuck, or Sarah Paulson playing Linda Tripp wearing a fat suit, you know.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Yeah.
Foria. Okay, not a joke. Guess what?
What?
I just reordered some Foria.
Good for you.
I paid for it.
Good for you.
I couldn't even use my code. I couldn't even use our code.
Because you're not a first-time customer.
I'm not a first-time customer. I already used it.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a real testament to how worth it is.
Good to the last drop. You know what I mean? that's what I want to say.
I'm like, good for you that you used up an entire bottle and you need a new one.
I use that bottle, baby.
Because it's a generous bottle.
Okay, Caissie.
I'm happy for you.
We're all happy for me.
But yeah, this is one of those products that our listeners talk to us about and talk to each other about loving Foria and being eager to try it. And so, I mean, Busy just said it all there. She's a repeat customer.
Okay. So you guys know what Foria is.
In case you don't.
In case you don't. Foria makes products for sex.
Yeah.
with your partner, by yourself, using all natural plant-based ingredients. It's like where we need to be, ladies. I just want to say it's where we need to be. And I've said this before in these Foria discussions. I think that men controlled the sex narrative for too long about the kinds of lubrication and the kinds of things that felt good. And guess what? Guess who got left out of the conversation? The clitoris.
And she
became a joke about how no one could find her. And she's like, bitches, I'm here.
I'm here.
You are not treating me properly. Enter Foria.
Enter Foria. So imagine the best orgasm or sex that you've ever had, and then imagine it so much better.
And here's what I want to say, ladies. As you get a little bit older, or you've been in a relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
What have you got to lose? That's all I'm saying. Just I have had this conversation with multiple friends of mine, in the last year or so since Foria came into our lives.
Yeah.
And I've been like, guys, I don't understand. You just got to get this stuff. You need to use it. And they're like, I know, but a thing. I'm like, yes, a thing.
Yeah.
You've been married 4 billion years. Get the thing. Get the fucking thing.
Get the two things. We highly recommend Awaken Arousal Oil that just gets you warmed up and ready to go. And then the sex oil, it's the perfect 1-2 combo. And listen, your partner is going to be into it. They want you to have a good time. If you're performing solo, you're going to be into it. So let this be your permission to go ahead and try it.
I just feel like we got to be sex pause for ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where Foria is my favorite. And I do think, okay, wait, I'm having actually kind of a thought about this. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to do it. I do think that there is something about women that are maybe our generation, Gen X, or maybe even older millennials, where I do think we were sort of ingrained in this idea that pleasurable sex for women is somehow shameful.
Yes.
Or that if you are a person with a vulva or a clitoris, that you need to defer to your partner's desires if you're in a heteronormative relationship.
Right.
And I just call bullshit on that. And I'm so grateful to brands like Foria who are paving the way for those vulvas and clitorises to make themselves and their desires known.
Agreed.
That's my thought. Guys, get turned on. You have our permission to try it. We fully endorse you to go ahead, treat yourself to more, deeper, fuller pleasure wherever you can find it as often as possible. No shame. You can start with a bottle or two of Foria. Foria is offering a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order by visiting ForiaWellness.com/best or use code BEST at checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/best for 20% off your first order. We very much recommend the Awaken Arousal Oil and the Sex Oil. You're going to thank us later. I've been using my net at night. I've been using my net at night. Is that good?
I liked that one.
I've been using my net at night. I've been using my net. I've been using my net.
I like it.
What? But it doesn't give you any information. And there's so much good information to get about Ned. Ned is amazing. I use my Ned at night because I use the magnesium supplement. And then also I do the CBD sleep tincture thing, dropper thing. And you couldn't see me, guys, because we're on a podcast, but I was making a little movement with my fingers like a dropper.
A little dropper movement?
A little dropper movement. And I have noticed better sleep and less inflammation and less pain because of these Ned products. They're really incredible products. And to be honest, I've been trying to deal with a lot of different stressors that have manifested, in many different physical ways. And it's nice to have support with premium CBD, active cannabinoids, terpenes, flavonoids, trichomes, and the magnesium. Very good.
Yeah, I just feel like when I'm using Ned and I have like this nightly ritual, it just enables me to be better at the work that I'm doing. I'm a better partner. I'm kinder to the people in my family. And it's because I'm better rested and more collected and feel like I'm taking care of myself. And then it just enables me to take care of everything else that I need to be taken care of in a better way.
Well, especially with magnesium, 75% of American adults are deficient in magnesium, but it is a mineral that is so essential to hundreds of functions in your body. And when you take magnesium as a daily supplement, it propels memory, mood, brain function, stress response, nerve and muscle health, and also, guess what? Sleep. Sleep.
Love sleep.
I love sleep too. Listen, full transparency, Ned shares third-party lab reports, who farms their products, and their extraction process, all on their website. And the CBD products have over 2,000 five-star reviews. So listen, become the best version of yourself and get 15% off Ned products with code BUSY. My name, BUSY. Go to helloned.com/busy or enter code BUSY at checkout. That's HELLONED.com/busy to get 15% off. Thank you, Ned, for sponsoring our show and offering our listeners a natural remedy for some of life's most common health issues. We really love your products. Okay, wait. So back to my post.
Yes.
I don't know how we got on there. Oh, just gossip. Okay. Okay, so here continues my post.
Yes.
That I didn't post. And in case you just need a refresher because it's been like 40 minutes. No, I'm kidding. You remember. Okay. So then I say, hey guys, guess what? If you're planning on writing into some rando stalker site, but want to make sure that it's actually me first, just be like, and then here's a quote. Hey girl, I'm about to write your location real quick to a sleazy site run by a trust fund baby. So heads up, the crazy people who send you death threats because of your pro-choice work will probably have a better idea of places to find you. Just wanted to give you the heads up because maybe you shouldn't be just trying to live out in the world, in public, if you don't want people to know where you are, right? But I'm sure you love it. You'll be so sad when no one cares. Ha ha. Who are you again? Anon, please. And then I wrote, OMG, TBH, I'd so respect the honesty and self-awareness of douchebaggery. And then guess what? I would get the chance to respond with, I'm so flattered, but also go fuck yourself sweetly, my BB. Because sending a text to your group chat is one thing and probs def fun. But why the fuck do people want to publicly report on other people's whereabouts, especially when said people are acting iconically? What are you fucking getting from this? Because truly, to me, it makes you seem even sadder than a 43-year-old woman alone taking a selfie in the street because the light was beautiful. And for 1 second, she was like, okay, I can be a person alone in the world. I can do this. And also, for fuck's sake, my last name is spelled Philipps. It's one L and two P's at the end. No one knows why. It just is. #blessed.
I would have been down for that angry post. I'm glad you didn't text me if you weren't in the mood for the smoke, because I probably would have encouraged you to go ahead and post it. And I think it's a start for a chapter in your next book or whatever. Because, yeah, you're right. Everything you said was true. And it's just... because you're being treated as a commodity and not a person,
Mm-hmm.
And just little chips to trade in for what? it's so weird too, because like in the case of like a gossip site, it's like you collect your little chip that you were like lucky to find on the street, and then it's like you share it through like a clearinghouse. So I guess you like get the serotonin from seeing that they post it and like how many people like it or whatever, but like you are not even named publicly, so like you're not even getting the credit for like spotting the chip or whatever. So it's just this weird like phantom serotonin of like likes, you know? It's weird. And I guess it's like feeling like I'm in the know and I'm in a cool place where cool people are, and like I'm in some kind of community of people who care about this kind of thing. But then I think, you know, well, it kind of ties back into like what you were saying about like harmless, low stakes gossip. And then how later when you find out that there are like real details to it, it becomes less fun. So maybe the person wasn't thinking about the less fun details. But the truth is, people have threatened your life and stalked you because of the pro-choice advocacy that you have vocally done. And it's, you know, it's brave of you to continue it. Like, I'm just going to say it. And I don't say things like that lightly. It's brave of you to continue it because other people, if someone said the things that I know have been said to you privately or secretly, if someone said that to a lot of people, they'd be like, fuck this. It's not worth it. Like, I still believe what I believe, but it's not worth risking my personal safety or sanity because, you know, every person that threatens you online isn't like on the way to your house, but like all it takes is one person, you know, to be fucking scary. And you've had more than one fucking scary person harassing you.
Right. And I'm sure like, yes. And I'm sure like fucking Dumois never fucking thinks about any of that shit either with people.
Right.
Like, it is really fun. I get it. Like, there is so much of celebrity shit that is fun. I get it. I participate in it. We like had a talk show where we would, last night I was like, fuck, I wish we had our show. It would be like the entire show would be dedicated to
Chris
Venice
Pine's
Film
faces,
Festival.
Venice spit and red carpets and everything.
I guess Chris Pine's rep just made a statement, but I can't get it. But yes, I mean, that's right. That's the part, though, where you're like, do you want to know the reality?
I think people have to ask, like, yeah, what am I getting out of this? And like, what is this going to mean? Because it's not just that. We've talked endlessly about how it could be like someone's out for brunch with, you know, two celebrities are out for brunch and you snap a picture of them where they look like they're, you know, having a moment where they look like they're disagreeing. But like, that's a private moment and it's out of context.
Can I tell you the fucking craziest thing?
What?
To this point, to this exact fucking point.
Yeah.
I think you were the first person to send me Harry kissing
Nick.
Cole.
Yeah.
But, and when I first saw it, I was like, I like hate that. Like, I was like, I don't like it. It's like, it feels like it's like doing something with the queer, like that he's like making a statement about how people say he's queer baiting, but blah, 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 blah. I went through this whole fucking thing in my head where I was like, it's just not okay. Like, if he doesn't want to say he's queer, that's fine. But like, don't do like stunts like that, blah, 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 blah. Then I watched the video of it.
Yeah.
It's actually like adorable. Like, it's, and it's 1 second.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
Half
like
of a second.
The tightest pursed lips.
No. It's not like, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like he like went in and like kissed him.
Yeah.
Like during the way that the headlines with the still photo made it look.
Right.
Was that he like grabbed him and they like had a moment because they were like fucking around and it was like not cool. What you see when you watch the video is that he like grabs him, like grabs his neck. They like kiss and like it's like they're like it's funny. Like
they're having
to that,
fun.
like they're having fun together. They're enjoying. They're like genuinely celebrating.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just was like, oh my God, can you imagine? Like, that's the thing about a still photograph, right?
Right.
Like, it looks it can tell any fucking story
Right.
that you want it to.
Well, it's like the the famous photo of the sailor kissing the nurse.
Oh, right.
And then,
oh my God.
turns
out no consent.
Turns out she wasn't into it. And
She was horrified.
Yeah. And everybody, that's become a historical.
It is a historic picture.
Iconic.
No, it's like in the fucking Smithsonian.
Yeah. And
I don't know if that's true, but I bet it is.
I bet it is somewhere. But turns out she was horrified. And, so one still frame of a kiss that you don't know if it went on for like half a millisecond or for 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah, that's exactly it. Things are out of context. That's another thing that I'm going to say goes in the column of like, we're allowed to have fun with this though, because this was a press event. They knew cameras were trained on them. How everyone interprets everything that happened is on them. But it's all in fun. Like they know that they're doing press for this movie. So they know that the eyes of the world are on them. Chris Pine's rep says Harry Styles did not spit on the actor. Quote, "This is a ridiculous story, a complete fabrication, and the result of an odd online illusion that is clearly deceiving and allows for foolish speculation." I don't know that you needed to say all that.
Oh, I think that the fucking publicist is just pissed. By the way, that publicist is having the worst fucking weekend.
That they have to deal with it. Just be like,
well, just because I'm sure. Can I just be honest?
Yeah.
Again, inside baseball.
Yes.
Ish. Adjacent. Inside baseball adjacent. Here's what I think that publicist thought going into this. Fucking thank God I'm with Chris. God damn it. Can you imagine if I represented Olivia? Can you imagine if I represented Harry Styles? Can you imagine if I represented Florence? Ugh, thank God I'm with Chris. This is going to be fucking fun. We're going to drink. We're going to have a great time. We're going to do some easy fucking press. He's not, I'm just so grateful. The only one that would be better is if I was with Gemma Chan. But I'm just glad that I represent Chris because this is going to be so easy.
And then they got dragged into Spitgate. I think you just say, no, I could see how people would think that, but obviously Harry didn't spit on Chris. But it's hilarious that everyone's talking about it and glad everyone's having fun.
By the way, Caissie, you are my new publicist. Sorry, Rachel Carton.
Oh my gosh, just be normal.
That's a great fucking statement.
Just be regular.
Just be regular. Guys, it's not that deep. Also, that's the other thing. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like, I mean, I still think he spit on him, by the way. I think it's a fucking bit.
Spit on. We've all been accidentally.
I think they're just, no, I think I think it's like a boy, like fucking dumb actor. Boy, actors are the worst. Do you understand? That's the one way that, you know how I'm not like Chris Pine?
You're not a boy actor.
Because I'm not a boy actor. and truly, boy actors are just such a drag.
Repulsive.
I mean, they're just a drag because they with very few exceptions, they just do so much shimmying around the fact that you're just an actor. It's okay. You can just be an actor. It's not
pretend and wear wigs and,
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. You're good at it. It's not that it's not it's not science, you're great at it. But you don't have to make it bigger than it is, sir.
Yes.
Just because you're a little embarrassed that you wear makeup. It's not that. It's all about the toxic masculinity, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So
that drives men to build up this whole other narrative around what acting is.
Yeah, and then the silliness. One time I went with Rosie O'Donnell. We were on a lot doing our show from LA, and she was invited just to go say hi to a really, really famous actor in his trailer who was shooting a movie on the lot. And I don't know why.
George Clooney.
I don't know. It wasn't George Clooney, but I do have fun stories about George Clooney because he has always been the best and so fun. But I don't want to name the actor because she said, oh, come with me. Like, I'm nervous because this guy is so famous and like he's so hot and everyone loves him.
Tom Cruise.
Nope, it wasn't Tom Cruise. But we went and just hung out in his trailer for 5 minutes. And it was the frattiest frat house I'd ever seen. And I just felt like it smelled so much pee and so much weed, which was so unexpected.
I'm surprised because normally men's trailers smell like farts.
But I left that, like, I went into that trailer being like, I'm going to meet one of the like hottest, most admired men in the world. And I left that trailer being like, I just feel like I have pee on me. Like, I just feel like I wish it was closer to the end of the day because I feel like I have his pee on me.
Not even gonna put the person on blast, but one time a male actor was like, my wife is coming to set. Do you have any candles or like anything? I can't have her walk in and see what this is. And I was like, yes.
You know what?
Take this throw, take this candle, take this nice pillow.
I admire him for trying at least to do some damage control before his wife. I like a man that puts on a little semblance of civilized, like being civilized for his significant other.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's cute, even if it's not the truth. Like, you know.
No, I mean, I think it was. He was like, yeah, I think
no, but I mean,
like,
if it's not the truth of like how you live your day, even if it's just like a put on for when your wife
he didn't
comes.
want her to think he was gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, I think it's really
like
cute.
how my husband like never farts in front of me to this day. He's only ever farted in front of me when it's been a horrible accident because he was like very sick or asleep, but he still leaves the room to fart. And that's the whole secret to everything.
Well, here's what I'll say. I mean, yeah, Mark never farted and we're getting divorced. You know what I mean?
Maybe Mark just doesn't fart.
I don't know.
I know my husband farts and I know that he's like leaving the area to fart, and that is what wins me over. You know what I mean?
I dated a guy once that was a secret pooper. He like would not. I mean, he just like would not shit anywhere near. And we went out for a long time.
Oh
that it started to become a thing where I was like, is it a thing?
Yeah.
Also, this was like in my early days of IBS.
Yeah.
Too. Well, I've always had IBS, right?
But when you first knew.
Well, no, I don't think I knew. I wasn't diagnosed till after Mark and I started dating.
Okay.
Because I was dating a secret pooper and I was like, so I should be a secret pooper too, I guess. But like, if you have chronic diarrhea,
you can't
really. Oh my God, it was terrible.
You can't disappear like Spider-Man to go find a faraway bathroom.
Would though, but like I would, you know, but I never wanted to like bring it up and tell him what was happening because he was clearly so like weird about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I was young and, yeah. And then that was like when I first started dating Mark, I was like doing that whole thing, you know, trying to like use public restrooms, like whatever that whole thing is.
Shooting webs, swinging across town.
Jesus Christ. and we went to Las Vegas. We'd been dating for like 5 or 6 months and we went to Las Vegas because weirdly like his parents and brother and sister-in-law were going to be there and like they lived on the East Coast and he was like, I really want you to meet my family. So we went and that was when I literally, the night I like shit blood.
Oh my God.
Like from just very triggered meal that I had. Now I look back on it, I was like, I feel wonder.
Like all the food in Las Vegas has a pretty good chance of making you shit blood.
I mean, kind of like a little bit not probably wrong. I mean, but you know, yeah. Well, anyway, but for me, it's like very specific things. Anyway,
yeah.
So I just was like crying in the bathroom, like texting my mom. Is that right? Did I call her? Maybe I called her because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, what am I doing? This is so weird. And I was just like, hi, like I came out of the bathroom and I was like, hey, so this is wild, and then he was like, oh, do you have IBS or something? And I was like, what? No, what? Huh? And he was like, oh, well, so-and-so, da-da-da-da-da. And then he was like so chill about it. Therefore, I went and got a colonoscopy.
And you learned.
Got to the bottom of it. Literally.
Mark Silverstein, thank you for helping Busy figure out that you just don't, shit blood in Las Vegas and move on.
I mean, you could, but you need to know why. You know what I mean? I'm saying like that's a probable thing for many people who visit Vegas, I bet.
Yeah.
But if you don't know why, you should get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I also have had a shitting blood situation, but mine was endometriosis.
Oh God, I know.
Which is but it scared me good. I will say that. But anyway, it's fine now. But whenever, of course you are shook anytime blood comes out of anyone's booty hole. It's a sobering moment.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was not great. It wasn't great. Also, there was like the pain.
Yes.
That was probably
more
of a sign that something was definitely wrong. It was the pain. I don't know, but just like the gossip, the celeb gossip for me isn't fun, especially when it's like, here's a restaurant where you definitely are going to see someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like whatever. I just think it's like
here's this person in front of their address in a highly their mailbox, highly recognizable street or whatever. Not great. Not great.
It's not great.
And I mean, my first job for David Letterman, I mean, he had a well-known stalker that was like famous for stalking him, which was terrible. And I felt for the woman because obviously like she wasn't okay. She had issues, but he had many, many, many people who, because of like where we worked, like knew where to find him, and it was scary. And we had legit security who were like, pretty tough guys. And even then, like, you just never knew what was going to happen. So like, I take that shit very seriously. And I think it's, some things are beyond anyone's control, but it is not within someone's control to not take your picture on the street and reveal your location. Maybe you could have just like taken a picture together and then they could have posted it later at a later time.
But I just like, I guess my feeling is why.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Like, I just don't understand what anyone gets out of it or what anyone gets out of it, even in just reading it.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? If you are a person that's like, I got to get it on. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I love to look at. What is it? Tell me.
Yeah.
Please. I'm like actually very curious to know what it is.
It's a good question. I mean, it's a good question because like, again, you already said it. Here we are like delighting in the goings on of the Venice Film Festival because we have some idea of what we think has gone on behind the scenes in this movie. And some of it's quite serious and some of it's not that deep and like, relationships or whatever. But yeah, what is it about taking a picture of someone on the street and saying where they are or whatever? I don't know. And it's weird. I think it is like a weird expression of like or love or admiration or like, I don't know, but it is weird because it is invasive and intrusive.
It also I do think that anonymous part of it makes it really icky.
Yeah.
Like, TBH, we're talking about this Venice film situation, Don't Worry Darling press tour debacle. I mean, it is a very good chance I will see one or many of the people involved.
Right.
In the next year of my life.
Sure.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying anything right now that I would feel like, eesh. Like, I wouldn't want them to. This is the thing about this. This is the thing about me, guys. This is the thing about me. No, I'm just like, I'll stand behind. Like, if somebody wants to call me out on something that I have ever said about someone else publicly, like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I will, unless it's like something and I'm like, oh, I really have to think about that. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
maybe there's obviously people fuck up,
Right.
you know? Anyway, that's, I mean, I just am like, I just think that like the anonymous part of it makes it such an eye roll to me because it's like,
Well, it's,
you get to be anonymous.
yeah, it's a big to
that's
what
so nice
end
for you.
Yeah. It's a
fun.
big to what end.
By
What
the way, I saw that girl's car again, and I know her license plate. I could like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, I fully could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could. Yeah,
but I'm not going to.
right. Because to what end?
To what end, guys? It's also just like, I don't know. Ugh, I don't like the paparazzi thing is one thing that's gross enough and like out of control enough.
Yeah.
But to like then think that like why do you want to be one? Is that what you want to be, guys?
It's
not
so
you guys.
weird.
I'm not talking to you.
Not
I know
you, but
I
like
know
the guys
you're a
who
good
are,
person.
yeah, the guys who are paparazzis. Like, it's so weird because again, this is a thing that I've had a fair amount of experience with, and like, you know, people that wait by stage doors or like by TV theater doors and like get pictures of people coming out from talk shows or whatever. I never mind that. And like, you know, there used to be this lady that always waited outside of Watch What Happens Live, and she would always take pictures of me and like show me the pictures, which I always thought was so funny. And she would just like wait, you know, just wait and be non-threatening and like snap a picture of like Nick Lachey or whatever the fuck when he was like coming out, if he wanted to like wave and pose, and then hope that she sells that to like People magazine or whatever, because, you know, that's fine. But one thing weird about paparazzi, which I had never experienced until I moved to Los Angeles, is that, and I've had it happen coming out of places with you, but also places with other people, a paparazzi will take your picture, and then a number of times I've had them hand me their card and say, if you ever want to call me. And I like, that's where they always leave it. And I'm assuming what they're saying is, if you're ever having lunch with Busy Phillips and you want to call me and let me know that you're coming out of the restaurant, I'll come and like take pictures nicely and not harass you. And I'm like, why the fuck would you think that I would ever do that? But also, I'm also like, it must work sometimes if they do it. You know what I mean? Like, so do people have friends that are calling the I mean, I know people call the paparazzi to let them know that
yes.
they'll be.
And
yes.
I remember years ago knowing a person who was like definitely accused of calling the paparazzi.
Oh my God. Devastating.
And yeah. And like I don't know. I was always unclear on what I didn't really ever have a take on it. Like part of me was like, maybe this was a long time ago though too. And like, it was like definitely pre the internet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
It was like even weirder. It was like a weirder thing to be doing.
Yeah. Just the accusation lingering in the air, I feel like would be devastating, that you like would be the type of person that would have to call.
Oh my God.
And not just, you know.
You know, someone accused me of it.
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
One of the reasons that our friendship ended.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. It's not who you think it is. I'll tell you who it is if you want.
I do want to know, but I don't want you to say.
I'm not going to say it publicly because I just don't want to do that.
We're not inviting smoke today.
I mean, there's enough smoke going around, guys. Don't you think that I haven't invited it a little bit? I think I have. I think she's courting it. You know what I mean? I think she's like, how do I insert myself into this? Right? That's the headline.
Oh my!
I mean,
gosh.
that's what the person that doesn't like me is going to text at me, tweet at me, DM me, email me, yell at me on the street.
And good for
anyway.
Wow.
He accused me of it. Oop, it's a he. Shocking. He accused me of it not directly to my face, told somebody else that he thought that I did. And when I tell you that it is the most ludicrous of...
Wait, was it ludicrous?
It was not ludicrous. Cut to a picture of me and Ludacris. I wish I had one now because that would be amazing. No, I was just like, what? I was so confused for so many reasons.
Yeah.
But also just like, oh, we really aren't friends. Like,
Right.
you don't know me at
Right.
all.
Right. Right.
Because that's truly not fucking happening ever.
Not a thing. Here's the thing, like, and I hope you take this in the spirit in which it's intended.
Oh boy.
But the idea of you having anyone's phone number and being able to find it is a little funny.
That is... I do also want to say this was before Ray. So there's, I mean, and obviously R.I.P. Ray, he's gone. He's not with me anymore. He's not dead, guys, but he's, dead to me. Exactly.
No chance.
There's not a fucking chance in hell I would know how to orchestrate
Even
some
if
shit
you
like that.
wanted to.
Oh my God. Even if I was like, it'd be great. Me palling around with this guy. Which also, like, it says so much more about him than it does about me. Like,
Yes.
I was like, buddy, I don't know how to tell this to you, but like, it's not the best look for me. You know what I mean?
It's not a promotion for me.
It's not a promotion for me. It's fine. It's fine. I was fine while we were there. It's not something that I particularly care to have in existence in perpetuity that we were ever.
That makes me laugh so
Whatever.
hard, but it's just,
Well, also, like, there's one more extenuating circumstance that I can't give away because then it'll just like be fully revealed.
It'll
like,
give
I
up
feel
the-
like people,
give up the-
it'll give it up. I will tell you later. Just remind me.
Okay.
Because I don't even want to go any further. Because then I'll just go, I know that I know me. I'll just go
my
too far.
gosh. Okay.
That's where I'm like Harry Styles spitting.
Yes,
You know?
yeah.
Like, I just go too far.
Just went too far with the
I
joke.
went too far.
Here's the thing. Yeah, we're never trying to keep secrets from you guys. We're just trying to preserve ourselves. We're just trying to keep ourselves from getting in trouble.
Well, and also like imagine your overlap like in your life. Like, right? Like, what if you were talking about people that you work with, but like tons of people care about it.
Right.
Like, people who've never met or
Right.
been to your workplace
Right,
care
right,
about the
right.
people involved, the players. Like, it gets tricky, you know? People always want like, anytime anyone's like trying to get dish on Michelle for
Right.
me, I was going to text her, and I do feel like anything short of straight up giving birth on the Toronto red carpet next week isn't going to work. It's just
Right.
not going to work.
Right.
She needs to bring it home because her movie's premiering, and I need a big splash.
She needs to steal the news cycle by giving
We're
birth.
going to have to, that's it.
On
That's the
the
only thing she can do.
The only thing.
It's the only thing that can
it's
top
the
this.
only thing. We love that sound.
What's the sound of another sale on Shopify? Which is the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Guys, you're creative out there. You
Yes.
have plans, you make things, you do things.
You have entrepreneurial spirits.
And Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources that were honestly once reserved for just giant businesses that could like afford to build these channels to make payment. Guys, I don't know how it works. I am not a scientist.
But all that being said, just because we're not a huge corporation doesn't mean that we don't have ideas. And guess who uses Shopify to help us get our ideas out there? We do. If you've ever looked at our merch, that is powered by Shopify.
Which, by the way, I don't know if Caissie's already said this in the show, but there's a big deal right now, 2 days. You can get merch never will be seen again. What?
You can get classic merch.
Previously released merch.
Yeah. And that's all thanks to Shopify making that possible.
Thank you, Shopify. We love it. It also just has like a lot of tools and resources that make it easy for businesses to succeed and see how they're doing. And it like streamlines the entire process.
Yeah. If we can do it, you can do it.
Yes. I'm into it. Go to shopify.com/herbest, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/herbest right now. Shopify.com/herbest. ZocDoc, we were just talking about you.
We love
How
you,
did you know?
We love you, Dr. ZocDoc.
I mean, we love ZocDoc. Guys, so if you've listened to the show up till this point, you know that my great business idea was inspired by ZocDoc. What is ZocDoc? ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. You can read up on local doctors, get verified patient reviews, and see what other real humans had to say about their visit with the doctor. So when you walk into that doctor's office, you're set up to see someone in your network who like gets you. And you're like, I know what to expect from this person. I'm in. I got my sinus specialist here in New York from ZocDoc.
And I got my general practitioner, Dr. Irina, and I got my amazing dermatologist.
Your dermatologist, Caissie, we can't hear about how much you love her.
Dr. Mavis Billups. She's the best.
To me, it's just like there are amazing doctors out there. I get referred to doctors all the time by famous people who are like, go see this person. It's $17,000 out of pocket. You're cool, right?
Right.
And you're like, I'm actually not in that game. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
Yes. I need to know the finer points of.
I want someone in network is what I need.
Yes.
I want someone in network. And this is the deal with ZocDoc. You can focus on just doctors who are in your network.
Yes.
So you're on the path to see doctors who are right for you and take your insurance.
Yes. And you can find doctors that have a number of specialties, plus read real reviews from other patients. And like, if you're like, I like to see women doctors. I just feel more comfortable. ZocDoc enables me to do that easy peasy and get an appointment for like the next day.
Yes, exactly. That's the other thing. You can get people who are available, ready to see you. It's honestly the greatest app and service. And it helps if you're in your hometown. It helps if you're traveling. It's chaotic out there, especially when it comes to healthcare and finding people to help take care of you.
Yeah.
Let ZocDoc be your trusted guide. They will help you find a quality doctor in a way that is very surprisingly pain-free. Go to ZocDoc.com/doingherbest and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Lots of doctors are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/doingherbest. ZocDoc.com/doingherbest.
Well, you know, yes. Yeah. What you said about like talking about your coworkers and everybody gives it like a lot of people care. We've always, I don't know if you knew this, and I don't think Busy Tonight didn't last long enough that we
thanks.
that we developed one.
Listen.
But other shows that I've worked on, you always talk about the person in question with a code name. Well, I call you Elizabeth to people when I, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but I won't give up the names, but every show that I've worked on, Dave, Rosie, all had like other names that the team like referred to them as in public. If you were just trying to be like, I got to go pick up so-and-so at the elevator or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
or
you'd
even
say a fake name.
This is like a natural, or even in the cases like you're talking about bosses, you're like essentially bosses too.
Yeah.
And if coworkers want to have drinks, then like shit talk their boss for a second.
And be like,
they should be
XYZ
able.
was in a
Yeah.
real mood today.
Right.
Right.
Like there should be a safe way to do that.
Yes.
Here's what it is. Shit talking is normal.
It's normal.
Like,
it's venting. Yes.
Is normal.
Yes.
Gossip can be, depending on the gossip and the tenor of it and whatever, like by and large, what is sort of genius is that I do feel like the spit situation took over from the like girl on girl drama that was
Yes.
bumming me the fuck out.
Yes.
Like pitting the two of them against each other was like making me so mad. And I was just like, I don't know, guys. Like lots of directors and their leading ladies fucking hate each other. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
You know, but there's always men, so no one gives a fuck.
Right.
You know, like I was like losing my shit about that, like all
Yeah.
that drama, because or not that drama, but like all of the like building that piece of it up.
Yeah.
But then once it shifted to Chris Pine, I mean, is it possible?
It was chivalry.
Is it possible?
That's
Is it
They're like, here's
possible
here's what
that
you're gonna
this
do.
was the plan?
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna spit on me. I'm gonna make a weird face.
No, he's like, bro, I got you and your lady. I love you guys. You know, it's all good. We got it. This movie's not bad. It's pretty good. It looks
all right.
beautiful. It's like a movie.
It's gonna hang in there. It's like a
You know
movie.
what? It looks like a movie. It looks like a movie. It's good. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Venice. I'm gonna pretend like I'm like I know whatever. I'm gonna like fall asleep during every time you talk. I'm gonna glaze over in such a way that people are gonna be like, "What's wrong with him?" Cut to the premiere. When you sit down next to me, I need you to spit. Like just a tiny. I'm gonna give you a sunflower seed on the red carpet. Just a little tiny piece of a sunflower seed. It's like, but it did. It effectively.
It really did.
They effectively. Okay, wait. Are we mad about it?
No.
The men pulled focus. Wait, but the men pulled focus. Okay, so here's the conundrum, right? Like here's our great feminist conundrum. At first, the story was like a traditional Hollywood cat fight in
Yes.
the press and in all of the discourse around it. And people were picking sides, and there was like the ingenue, and there was like the older woman.
Right.
Who I know isn't that old, but like I'm just saying these
Yeah,
are the
in this
archetypes
situation,
that were
yes.
being presented and like pitted against, you know, like the older woman who's dating the hot young guy, and like
Right.
she's like using her blah blah blah. Like this is not what again, I'm just gonna say
Just
it.
repeating what's
Not what I think. I'm just saying what I was seeing like parroted out in the world
Yeah, the
as what was
talking
being
points.
presented, the talking points. Then all of a sudden, the whole show shifts to becoming about Chris Pine, Harry Styles, the Flo and Olivia drums
the flow and O.
trickling away.
Yeah.
Trickling, I would say.
And now we are
And then we get Kroll involved. But you
Kroll's
know who's
involved.
never even had a fucking word? Gemma Chan.
the smartest person in the bunch.
Right.
She's going to have her own things down the line, but she was so wise to stay,
Stoic.
above the fray on this one. But here's what
so
I think.
above the fray.
I'm not mad about it, but I'm going to do one of my things where I'm like trying to make an analogy and it's not the best, but you're
love
always so patient. There was a
Strap
time
in.
when I was like, young women have so many body issues and it's like so bad. And, and I really just long for a day where there's like equality between young women and young men.
Mm-hmm.
And what I meant by that when I was wishing on that monkey paw is that young women would no longer have body issues. But what I got is equality in the form of like young men seem to have body issues now.
Correct.
And that is a form of equality in a way, but I wished irresponsibly on a monkey's paw for there to be equality. I wasn't specific enough. So what I think this is similar in the way that we wished that the cat fight would go away on a monkey's paw. But now we have a man cat fight. And I'm not mad about it, even though it's possible that like the whole thing is 100% fabricated, because so many cat fights between women have been 100% fabricated, and everyone has like made hay out of them.
And also, by the way, there's a middle ground. Like things can be not 100% fabricated and also just not that deep.
Yes, exactly. So I'm not mad that they stole focus in this case, because like it's just honestly just something to think about while I'm sitting around my house with no car for the 4th week of that bullshit. So it's given me a diversion. I would send flowers to any of those people for entertaining me in my own mind. It was a delightful bit of theater.
It's been a journey. It has been such a journey. And I like did text 2 of my friends on another group thread a couple hours ago, and I said, guys, I'm going to miss this.
When it wraps up,
I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. We had fun. We had laughs. We had fun.
We had series in the sun.
We had seasons in the sun. I had my own sort of, moral dilemma about it the whole time, because I was experiencing this other thing simultaneously that impacted me and my public life, my public facing life.
Yeah.
Guys, there were layers.
There were layers. So many layers. And also, I would like to say a quick thank you to the universe for, I didn't see a lot of tweets or social media posts saying, I would love it if Harry Styles spit on me. And I was grateful for that, because that's usually where I feel like the public discussion goes immediately with a Harry Styles type. And I was just grateful.
Don't get Birdie started about that. Birdie gets very upset about the early sexualization.
There you go.
Of a preteen Harry Styles. Birdie gets
very
upset.
Yeah. So I'm just grateful that I didn't see a lot of that. People wishing for Harry Styles to spit on them or step on them or any of that shit that they say all the time online that they think is edgy. And it's really just like, if I've seen it, and I've seen it a million times, it's far from edgy.
It's a hack joke.
It's hack. And it's tired. It's a tired meme. Let it go.
Let it go, you guys. Wow. Well, we really covered it. I mean,
now all that's left is to see the movie.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to see it. I probably won't see it.
You'll get the DVD.
I don't see. Maybe. I mean, I need to get a DVD player
around the holidays. Oh, you'll get a link to
people
it.
Need to. I know. I would much rather just have a screener. I don't watch movies anymore.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
It's been a while.
I really have always hated going to the theater too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I mean, I have a feeling this was I have a feeling. I mean, Birdie definitely wants to see it.
Yeah, sure.
I think that if the Harrys like show up for the movie, it could be huge. It could be like Titanic level big.
Sure.
Yeah. But oh my God, there was the Leonardo DiCaprio thing. There are so many things that have happened this week in pop culture.
Leo broke up with his girlfriend, and there were so many good jokes about that. I mean, a
million great
jokes.
And then I had an opportunity to use my Instagram stories.
Yes, to tell your Leo story,
which I love. I do love it. Remember how much that would make Eric Gurian laugh where when he was like, Leonardo DiCaprio, when he was like, I love it when you say Leonardo DiCaprio looked at me once. But he did.
Yeah.
It meant something.
It
felt like it was like real for 1 second.
It meant something.
For a second, I felt like I wasn't 37.
Yeah.
For 1 second. And then I was feeling very old this weekend. I was having a hard time.
I saw that you were feeling old, and I'm just here to tell you that you're younger than me.
Yeah, well, that's not saying much, Younger than a lot of people. I'm younger than Florence Pugh's Granzo. Okay, wait. I do want to say just one quick thing and about Nick Kroll, because this was actually my funniest moment of the whole drama.
Yeah.
When someone first sent me the picture, and I think it was you.
Yeah.
I was like, when did Nick Kroll start dating Florence Pugh? And by the way, he's married. He has a kid.
Yes.
He's not single. And he's an actor who's in the movie.
Yes.
But because of like, I guess just where my brain was at in that moment, scrambled by the drama, I like somehow invented a world that he was Florence Pugh's boyfriend now, and that like he was just there with her as a date.
Well, I can't blame you, because I think this pandemic time has conditioned us to just accepting surprise announcements of shocking breakups and surprise babies and all that kind of stuff. So there's a universe in which you could have missed every piece of news and just be learning that, you know, Nick Kroll was dating Florence Pugh.
I mean, they're not. He is like it's weird. He is one of the people that I've like run into in LA like in the last 6 months with his wife. Yeah. So that was a little bit of a reach for me. Like I am their baby, I believe. Yeah. I can't remember if the baby was there. I think it was.
But that's babies, how fast like, it happens sometimes.
That's actually true though. That is actually true.
That's how fast it happens sometimes. But no, that's not the case with Nick Kroll. I also thought what really struck me is, and again, I've known this person since he was very young, is just how distinguished and grown up.
He looked like an adult.
He looked.
Yeah, I think it's because he's married and he has a kid now.
Yeah, probably. Just well
he looked great.
Dressed, well coiffed.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know,
he's got that rich kid energy. You know what I mean? He does. He's a rich kid.
I know what you mean.
Rich kids are the best.
They can carry debonair off.
Listen, rich kids go one of two ways. I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're either the fucking best or they're the fucking worst. There's no in between on a rich kid.
In between.
On a kid that's grown up rich.
Yeah.
They're either the fucking best or they are the fucking worst.
We're putting him in the best column.
Thank you for the clarification, Caissie.
Just want to be clear in case.
We got to be clear.
I know Nick Kroll probably listens to this podcast for several hours.
He loves it. It's like, he's like, first I put on Dax Shepard and I listen to that whole 3 hours with whoever he's talking to. Get a lot out of it. And then I just flip on that BP doing her best. I love it so much. God. She and Caissie really has some insights, really has some words that just speak to my heart.
I think you would think that. I think you would. I mean, I'm not saying that he has told me that, but I think you would think that.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Most people do think that about you, so that makes sense. Oh, Caissie.
My goodness. What it has felt like,
a million years.
It's felt like a million years, and we've really gone over why you feel like a changed person, why you feel like a different person since the last time we talked.
I mean, I don't even think we've scratched the surface, though. I mean, it's just so many things. I mean, I can't even...
Well, here's one thing we can say while we're thinking of other things to talk about is that we talked about To What End, the famous quote from the famous Barbara Phillips. Right now on Brave Gowns for just 2 days, and so this will be like as you're listening to this is the last day. They have all of our old merch, like anything that we've ever had. A flash sale of anything that we've ever had as merch, like all the old classics. So
I'll put that on Instagram.
Yeah, if there's anything you ever missed and wished would come back, it's back, but probably today is the last day. And then there's a code BPIDHB. Busy Phillips is doing her best. That's the initials. You can use that code to get a little discount. So, maybe even pause this and go get your To What End t-shirt or podcast sweatshirt.
I love that.
Grandma Moot.
Real hot tip.
Yeah. Just, just throwing it out there.
Oh my God.
What else is going on?
I mean, so many things. What are you doing? How are you?
I'm good. Here are the things that are going on in my life. My dogs are older ladies, and they have just gotten like pretty feisty and mouthy in their old age. And they were never allowed down to like the bedroom part of the house because I don't like dogs to go on my bed, and they also eat their butts a lot, and it's really gross. And you know, I don't like to listen to anyone eating anything, but especially their butts. So they just,
Gross.
stayed in their own quarters. But they've become very vocal about wanting to be down there. People set off fireworks constantly in Los Angeles, and that scares them. And so finally I just gave up, and I'm like, you can't come on the bed, but you can like go under the bed if that makes you feel better or whatever. But what I have found out is that in the bedrooms and in my office, we have all low trash cans, whereas everywhere else in the house where they used to be a lot allowed was high trash cans. And I found out that my dogs are like terrible used Stridex pad addicts. Like they will dig through garbage to find any Stridex that I've wiped my face with to chew on. And I was worried it was harmful, but they've done it a bunch of times and they've survived so far. But now all of our garbages are like up high on dressers and stuff, which looks like shit, but I can't let my dogs like choke on Stridex. And I also am not going to stop using it, clearly.
You got to get one of those cute ones with the flip top.
I would if I had a car to go get one.
Ma'am, as if you don't know that things deliver directly to your house.
I know, but you know I don't. I don't like to get things delivered because then the dogs go nuts and bark and bark and bark.
All right,
I just want to run to Target in a car, but this is week 4 of my car being in the garage, the alignment specialist, and yeah, well, that's what, if we're going to talk about what we are doing our best at, I don't know if it's doing my best, but today was the day where I finally just lost my patience with the situation and just like, reached out.
You tweeted it.
Yeah.
You tweeted it.
I tweeted it.
Yeah,
I Instagrammed it.
I did it both. I did both for you.
Thank you. I
but
appreciate it.
But wait, you know what else?
What?
I was just thinking.
What?
Why don't you just have Sim write a letter as a lawyer, because she is a lawyer.
Yeah. I mean, some lawyers have contacted me. Also, like some people that specialize in this kind of law have contacted me because it's just ridiculous. And like, I'm sorry, Carvana, I really, really tried to give you a chance to.
I'm not giving them a chance, not until they show up with a fucking suitcase of cash and they're like,
to do the right thing.
Give us a chance.
Because here's the thing that I didn't like mention. We paid for the car in full. It's not like it's financed and we can like just stop payment on it. We paid for it. We paid for a useful car. And not only is it not useful, it tried to kill us. And now it's been in the garage for 4 weeks. And I don't know I've not gotten any information when it's coming back, whatever. So that is bullshit. So that's what I'm just saying that now. That's what I did my best at. I just was like, enough, and like I said, I tried to be patient and I tried not to bring like, I'm going to call your manager energy, but I called the manager today. And if they fix it, then I'll happily report to everyone that maybe they're not all bad. But anyway, they're on my shit list right now. That's what I did my best at. It's bad news. Like, that's bad news. It's not good news. But do you want to hear some good news?
Obviously.
You're not going to be as excited about it as I am. Okay. But I know because you love me, you will be excited for me. I got a 12-foot skeleton.
How?
My friend Anna Breton got one. And I guess she doesn't need it. So she just...
Oh my God, you got to zip tie that shit to your house so no one steals it.
I know. I told you that a listener who works at Home Depot told me that her store was sending people out accompanied to their cars because they were getting mugged for their skeletons.
No, you didn't tell me that. That's amazing. And fucking so weird.
So like when you get a skeleton, they won't let you walk out into the darkness by yourself. But yeah, we're gonna put up the skeleton. It's so weird. I've never had a situation like this where something that I know is so clearly going to scare me, but I want it. It's going to scare me every time I see it in my own yard, but I really want it. I just want to feel, I guess I just want to feel scared of that, of something that can't really hurt me.
I don't want to ever feel scared. You know, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Least favorite feeling, scared.
Yeah.
To me.
I guess I like a controlled scare. Like it's going to scare me.
No, I don't want a haunted house. Get it the fuck away from me.
Did I ever tell you about when we went to the haunted house in Niagara Falls? Eli was like a youngster and Lincoln was like a toddler, and Eli wanted to go into this, everything in Niagara Falls is like a tourist trap. It's like Ripley's Believe It or Not and wax museums, whatever. He wanted to go in this haunted house. So Matt and Eli went in this haunted house together, which I used to love shit like that too. So it doesn't surprise me that Eli loved it. And he claims that he's unscarable, which is probably true. They went into this haunted house together, and then they came back and Eli had loved it so much. And he was like, Mom, it was the best thing. We all have to go together. And so I was like, he's so enthusiastic about this. And like, I wanted to like give it to him, even though I didn't really want to go in the haunted house. But so anyway, Matt took Lincoln's hand and went into the haunted house. And then I went with Eli because I wanted to like witness his like haunting joy or whatever. And the first person that like jumped out at me in the haunted house, I turned on that person and I was like, don't you fucking touch me. Get the fuck away from me. Like literally cursed out that person because they had like bumped into me. It was like I snapped, the first person. And then clearly what then happened is that person got on like the haunted house walkie-talkie and was like, attention, do not go near the lady in the gray sweatshirt. She's unhinged and unable to handle the Niagara Falls haunted house. Repeat, do not go near the lady in the gray sweatshirt. And so we just strolled through this haunted house and there was no haunts. Nobody else jumped out to scare us. And it was just because like I couldn't handle it, like post adulthood.
Did you ever see the really good Nathan For You with the haunted house?
No.
Guys, I'm just going to recommend it. I recommend looking wherever you can watch. Where can you watch Nathan For You?
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't love them all. A lot of it is like, but
Not
the
For
haunted
You.
house
That's a good one.
episode is truly so good.
I'll watch it. But you'll
like it.
You think I'll like it?
Uh-huh. Yes, you will.
I'll watch it.
It's so insane.
I felt so bad for Eli that day because he was like, that was not as good as the first time. And I was like, had to be like, dude, I think that's my fault. I think that's on me. That's on Mom. I think I was
well, you know what they say, moms ruin fun. So
I threatened
you proved that.
I threatened a ghost right off the bat and made it so that this was not fun at all.
I'm never I have that like Hollywood horror nights. No way, man.
Oh my God.
No way.
I used to love that shit. One time I went to one that was like it wasn't the local amusement park. Like we drove a far way. And I went into this haunted house with my friend Jason. We were preteens. I was probably like 10 or 11. And we went in and then I got so scared like partway through that I held his hand and then it wasn't him at all. It was like some random guy. And then I was like embarrassed about that. But yeah, I loved a haunted house. I loved an amusement park. Neither of those things are for me anymore, really.
I love an amusement park.
I like visiting an amusement park, but I don't love getting my guts tossed around on a ride anymore as much as I
actually
did.
I actually don't either.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. It's weird that you love that when you're little.
I know. It's so like funny. Lincoln never loved it.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like works when you're little.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you're just like, oh, this is, you know what? We've seen too much. We've all seen too much.
It's true.
We're like, it's just not fun. It's just not fun, guys.
Eli has always loved it. Lincoln has never loved to get thrown around on a ride. And it was very fortuitous that as a little kid, he made friends with another little kid that had like a he had like an illness, honestly. Like the way his mom described it to us was that, and it's not funny at all, but the way that she put it was a little funny, is that his blood could basically be bruised or damaged, like his blood cells or vessels, and that he could never be jostled. And so
no amusement parks. No
amusement parks. So whenever there was like an amusement park field trip or whatever, Lincoln could always just hang out with that friend and be like, I'm doing this to be nice. Like, so that he doesn't feel sad. And so he never went on any rides, and also like got credit for being an angel, when the truth is he just didn't want to go on any rides.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What are you doing your best at this week?
Oh, just hanging in there. just really hanging in, you know? I was like, maybe, this is so funny, the irony. I was like, maybe I should start doing like stories more, and like more back to Instagram. Like back to like, you know, when I was previously in my life, when I was like feeling lonely, I like did all these Instagram stories, and then it was like filled the hole a little bit.
Right.
It's not working the same. I've been trying. I was like, I don't know, I'm trying it. I was like, maybe I need to like get back in. And I like it. I like documenting what's happening and what I'm doing. But I don't know. And then I just saw that lady's thing, and then I just was like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to like be just what's the name of this podcast? I'm trying to do my best.
You're trying to
just period. Just period.
Trying to do your best to remember the name of this podcast.
No, I'm trying to do my best. I like feel like I could be doing better in a couple ways in a few columns of my life, but I don't know. I guess, just trying to figure it out. Doing my best at trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's good. It doesn't always have to be like a finalized report.
I would maybe argue that it's never been for either of us a finalized report. I don't know. Like I've handled some shit.
Yeah.
I've been handling some shit. The house is gone.
The upstate house is
sold. The upstate house is sold and gone. Closed. Like done.
Good. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt good actually, like weirdly. I was very sad, you know, in a lot of ways about it. But then like that day I found 3 pennies like on I haven't been finding pennies as much.
Oh.
And then I felt like, oh, this is fucking good. Like this is like good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It felt good. And yeah, I don't know.
And you're still just working on consolidating things and getting rid of things you don't need.
I have to be honest. Like, well, yeah. My Poshmark. There's Poshmark. There's stuff on my Poshmark closet.
Oh, great.
You guys probably have already looked. I think there's more stuff now. I still feel it's hard. Like, I don't know. When Jenny Mullen and I were talking, it's very difficult to have Jenny Mullen and Jenny Connor both being such close friends because even I get confused who I'm talking about.
Sure.
But we were just talking about like, you know, a lot of the things, the aches and pains or whatever, like the autoimmune stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where she was saying the thing about my thyroid. And I don't know, like she was saying that there's a different antidepressant that can like, I don't even understand. But like, then I was just kind of thinking about my antidepressant and I've never really liked being on the antidepressant part of it, because I always have felt like I don't really suffer from depression. Like what I think once my ADHD diagnosis became clear and I started taking the right medicine for that.
Yeah.
That like low grade depression feeling that I would have pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Went away.
Right.
Guys, I'm not a doctor. See your own fucking doctors. I'm not responsible. But like over the years, I had been prescribed Lexapro multiple times for my depression, and it never did anything because it didn't affect the problem, which was my executive functions and my organizational brain and ADHD. And actually, there was just a really super interesting article about how the diagnoses of ADHD in women, like older women, not old, but like women
like
in
adults.
their 20s, 30s, and 40s, right, is on a major upswing.
Right.
And I'm definitely one of them. But, you know, I was just like I wasn't on any antidepressants, and I was like doing great, you know, and then with the ADD medicine, and then like maybe it was like a year ago, I went on a low dose of Prozac, and I just don't know if it does anything, to be totally honest. And then I started thinking like, maybe I need more. Like maybe I actually do need to talk to my psychiatrist about like, I don't know. It's just hard. But then I'm like, this is a real back and forth, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, because then I'm like, is it also stand to reason it does that this is this time?
Right.
Like,
is it situational?
Well, it's situational for everyone. And also like we're all being asked to do and hold so many things that depending on your level of awareness / sensitivity can be in moments like very, very overwhelming, you know, like what's happening in the world. And then personally, you still have to deal with your fucking shit, you know, like your personal life and the mess of being human. So I guess I don't know if medication is even going to do anything, you know?
Right.
Or if it's actually needed when in fact, like the grief is normal.
Right. Right. But it's worth asking, I think, and it's worth thinking about, which I'm sure you've thought a lot about it. Because, like, you know, grief is normal.
But we treat it like it's not, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I think it's like so confusing. And the last few years have been just, oh my God. I feel like my sinuses hurt because I smoked pot. I've been smoking pot.
That could be.
I think I'm making a connection with it.
That could 100% be. And also, I just think the rain there.
I think maybe
you're not a rain lady.
I'm fucking from the desert.
Rain is not
literally
great for her.
You know, I'm a lizard. Little desert lizard. When
we did Busy Tonight, we were in this studio in Hollywood, and I came from the East Coast, you know, so I'm used to like all kinds of wild weather. Like the weather changes every 5 minutes. Like that's the old joke. If you don't like the weather in New England, wait 5 minutes, it will change. And it was just a really rainy winter, my first winter here. And everybody kept saying like how unusual it was for there to be that much rain. They kept saying like, sorry, we have all this rain for you. This is not how it is here. This is not how it is here. But, you know, I was like, well, it's good that it's raining here as long as like the city can handle it. And as long as people drive okay in it, which in my experience, people do not drive well in the rain in Los Angeles. But I just remember that time so specifically. I remember Mark would come in every day at the same time in a soaking wet raincoat to like come watch the show. The roof of the studio leaked and we had to like put out buckets. And then it was so rainy that like mice were coming in. We actually literally had mice like running across the set. And it was just so weird, but it seemed to like honestly spiritually affect the people that were legitimate Angelinos. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed like people that had lived in LA their whole lives or like had lived there for so long were like, I'm sorry, I just can't. Like I just can't function in the rain. And it seemed like spiritually and physically. And by the way, people would get into like car accidents, you know, like when we
people in LA cannot drive when it's raining. They just don't know. They don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
They lose their minds.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you're in a car, you get in a car accident. But if you're in an office, you're just like, I don't know how to move down the hall. I don't know how to do this work that's on this paper in front of me. It just really seemed to like, rain is a lot when it is not your thing. And, you know, and so I don't even know. I've been reading about like all the rain on the East Coast right now, and I don't even know how you're handling it because it feels like a lot.
It does feel oppressive.
It's a lot of rain for you.
Sometimes people find sunshine oppressive. I am not one of those people. Mm-hmm.
No, it recharges you.
Oh, I love it.
Because you're a
but
lizard.
You know, I know. But it's like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. The rain just started. I was feeling not great last week too.
Really?
Yeah, I've just been feeling, I don't know. I've just been feeling a little bit like, what the fuck is happening? What am I doing? What's going on? Like, where are we going? What's happening?
Why don't I have an air fryer?
I do have an air fryer.
You said you needed an air fryer at Casa Kismet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have one here.
Yeah.
I have one at the other place.
Yeah.
My nose turned red. No wheat. What's happening? Why is my nose turning red?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know, lady.
Look, it's bright red.
I can see it's a little red.
What happened?
I don't know what's happening. You just need a rest.
I know.
It's been too much excitement.
Get one of those facials again. I don't know. I'm like, it's all fine. Everything's fine, right? You know, everything's fine.
Well, there's actually this new, he's not new, obviously. But I've been seeing so many people sharing videos from this doctor on Instagram. I guess he's like either a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And one of the things that you just said made me think of it's, you know how it happens, like people take notice of something and they share something and then all of a sudden like everybody's sharing this one guy. And what he said, he's like some kind of mental health professional. I don't know his name. Sure. I don't know his job. But he said, how about instead of saying like, I'm anxious about this thing, as if that's like your brain doing something it's not supposed to do, what if you said, I'm appropriately concerned about this thing that's concerning? Because that's how you're supposed to react to when something's not right. And I was like, right. Oh, yeah. Like we're always blaming ourselves, you know?
Right.
We're always blaming ourselves or like glossing over, you know? And so like, yes, everything will be okay because, what's that other cliche that they say? Everything will be okay in the end because if it's not okay, it means it's not the end. Which, okay. Things are gonna turn out the way that they're gonna turn out.
Sure.
But sometimes like it is a real bitch while you're waiting for them to turn out.
Bitch.
You know?
It can be a real bitch. Listen, people. At my best, when I am at my best, I do have a lot of faith in all of those things. I really do. And I do even in this moment and even like 5 days ago or whatever when I started or 6 days ago. And I'm not PMSing because you guys, we all know, right? Ovulation on the full moon. The full moon is what? This weekend. If you want to knock me up, now's your chance.
Better get going.
Because also she turned 43. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that, like, even in this moment, I still fundamentally believe that to be true. Big picture, I get it. But it's the moment to moment existence and trying to, like, be present in what is, like, in many ways, a lot of uncomfortable feelings for me right now, all across the board, you know? And not really knowing what the roadmap for that piece of it is, because you can't know something until you know it. There is no roadmap. It hasn't happened. You have to feel it out and see, you know. It's just fucking hard. It's hard. And I think that, like, because of the last bit of time, and I know people are feeling, even if you're not, you know, like, getting divorced and trying to do nesting with, and then also living across the country from everyone that you are really close with.
Right.
I know people have had a lot of changes. Speaking of which, I really want to see that documentary, the David Bowie one.
Oh,
or that new movie. It looks so fucking good.
It looks so good.
Anyway, I was happy for the Venice Film Festival. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. We needed it. So thank you to everyone in the cast.
You know what? Entertainment industry?
You did your
Entertainment
job.
comes in all different shapes and sizes.
You did
and it comes to you in different ways. And sometimes entertainers think they're being entertaining in one way, and they're really being entertaining in another. And for one, I'm here for it. But I don't want to entertain you while I'm taking a selfie on a street
near
my home.
That I don't want you to know where it is necessarily. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait, should we tell people where we're going?
Yes!
Do you want to share the news?
Toronto! We're coming to see you.
We have Toronto. That's in Canada.
Meet us at the CN Tower. No, we're doing a show at Just for Laughs, at the Just for Laughs Fest,
Con,
right?
Yeah, the Just for Laughs
I don't
Con.
know what it is.
Which is coming up really soon.
Yeah, please buy tickets. Come see us. Do a live show. We'll probably release it as a podcast. Maybe we'll put it on the Substack.
Yeah. Substack, but it's coming up really soon. We have to talk about what we're gonna wear, what we're gonna talk about. And I think there's going to be like a little meet and greet after, which will be fun. And we
should bring merch too.
Yeah. Can we? That's a good question.
Course.
No,
you
but I
have to bring it that
we have to get it made.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
We should bring sign-up sheets for merch because we should. The merch is bespoke, but yeah, we should make something and bring it.
I think we should make something.
All right.
We'll just ship it to the hotel.
All right.
And then, yeah.
But we're really excited and please come and see us.
So excited. Please come and see us. Maybe there'll be a special guest. We don't know.
We don't know. We literally don't know. We're not.
We actually truly haven't even discussed it. But when is it? It's Saturday, September 24th, guys.
Oh, that's exciting. Saturday, September 24th. So if you're free, if you're in Toronto, if you're near to Toronto, within traveling distance, we would love to see you.
We'd love it.
We're going to do like a little live version of the podcast and then a little meet and greet.
Very excited.
with or without merch. That is exciting. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's gonna go well. I'm gonna pre-review it as having
I fucking hope so.
gone great.
Boy, do I hope so.
So that'll be fun. And then I'm gonna go right from Toronto to Duluth.
It's exciting.
That's exciting. I'm gonna keep it northern.
Keep it northern, babe.
Keep it in the north.
Northern.
For the Catalyst Content Festival. So that's exciting for me. And I'll just see my family later. They can fart all they want all around the house while I'm gone.
I mean, let's just do that.
It's a win-win situation.
They don't even have to borrow a candle from anyone.
They can just freely fart.
Yeah, it's not up on the website yet. Just FYI.
Oh, okay. Well,
the podcast. I mean, yeah.
Should we not?
But
say
it's
it?
gonna. I don't know.
Well, if we,
I mean, I'm sure it'll be on the website soon. Caissie, what did you book us to? What is it? Caissie, it's not that. Caissie, it's not. We're not there. Oh my God.
Imagine?
It's Hedwig. We're like at the convention center next door.
Oh my God.
We're like, it's like, we're playing at like the club next door.
Yeah, like
it's
when people are like, we're playing
convention
South by
center.
Southwest, and you're
Right.
like, they're actually like at a bar in Austin during the week of South by
Which,
Southwest.
by the way, counts. That fucking
That
counts.
counts. It counts. Well, we'll see if we get on the website. If we don't, then we'll know something happened and that we prematurely announced it, which would be so us.
God damn it. Can we stop? Can we stop that? Can we just stop that? You think we can just stop that?
Oh my goodness.
Well, guys, per usual, we love you. Thank you for hanging with us this week and all weeks. I hope you got your laundry done. I hope your time in the car was restful. I hope we provided some laughs, maybe a few tears. But most of all, I hope that you've come away with the fact that I am the female Chris Pine.
We love you. And we love you, Chris Pine.
I want to be Chris Pine, but dressed like Harry. Although I didn't like the suit at the premiere.
That was a big deal. I know we already signed
that.
off, but then we didn't talk about the collar and how like during Spitgate, one half of the giant statement collar was tucked in and the other half was out.
I didn't love it.
Yeah. Maybe
I didn't love it. I loved all the rest of the looks. Everything before.
Yeah.
Everything after.
Yeah.
But not that one. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. But that's it. Okay. Goodbye, you guys. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh, no.